Hey. Chicken salad sandwiches. Chicken salad sandwiches. That's right. Hey, chicken salad sandwiches in the face. In the face. Chicken salad sandwiches in your face. Hey, chicken salad sandwiches. Actually, I don't. Chicken salad sandwich in the face might be a little bit troubling, to be honest. That may not be the path that you want to go. You may not want that in the face. Brendan, Tom, what is up, folks? How are we doing? Brant, Sean. Yeah, it's a lot of big dub day. Patrick, how you guys doing? I have not live streamed in a significant, hello Joshua, a significant amount of time. I honestly can't remember the last time I live streamed. Live streamed Toylanta Choo Choo Train. I don't think I live streamed from Mexico because the internet wasn't good enough. It's been a while though. Anybody remember the last time I live streamed? But I felt, first of all, my daily dub today, so many positive comments. I appreciate that. Only one silly comment that I had to delete. And then with Josh posting his video this evening, I thought it would be nice to have a little forum for us to just chat a little bit tonight because, there's a topic out there that people are talking about. And plus, there's just also a lot of stuff going on with SDCC coming up. So I just thought we could chat for a little while, if that's okay. Can you guys hear me all right? Because I have not. I guess I was on, if you joined Doodog and Life of Brock and Plastic Addict and everybody on that live stream the other night. I was on that. But I just want to make sure you can hear me because I haven't done it myself in a bit. Let's see. Ren, hello. Brant, Brennan, Brick Trooper, Joe, Tony, Caliphas. What's up? Wally, yeah, I did 77 visits. Brad, what's up, man? And it's been a little weird, to be honest with you, because I have been home now. So the video that you would have watched Sunday, whatever date that video ended, which I think was about 2 weeks ago now. Let's see. I think I got home, on the. So since June 7th, spontaneous, sorry. June 7th, I have been in Atlanta. I have spent every night in my bed. Is that a true statement since June 7th? No, because I went to Josh's house. So I did have a night on Josh's couch, and I did have a night in my parents' house for Father's Day. But since I got back from Father's Day, which is, when was that? June 16th. So since June 16th, I've been in my house. That is 8 straight days. For most people, silly statement, but that's a big deal for me. And I actually do not think I will spend the night in a house other than my own until like July 7th. And one of the most bizarre statements I'll make is if I successfully do that, that'll be the longest I have stayed and slept in my own bed in almost 5 years. That's quite a statement. But I'm going for that. I'm going for the record. Andrew, what's up, friend? Tony's there. SHF strike interceptor figure from a friend. I don't know what that is, Ren. What property is that? I just don't necessarily recognize it. I may have it. Safety's all around the room. No, I haven't eaten a lot. I had leftovers from Mama's chicken dumplings, which was great. There'll be some more fun videos coming. In fact, you're going to get quite a big string of a lot of videos. I can let me read you what the Dub Life videos are going to be for a while. So you just watched Frank and Sons. Before that, I was at Talker Art. I think both of those are pretty unique. Upcoming. Those of you that were on Josh's birthday live stream, you saw that Stone Cold kicked the glass in with the biscuits. And, Ren, well, that, I don't know what it is then. Huge mall income. Oh, man, Wally, Frank and Sons is crazy. It's crazy. And I had the IE Hunter and Friendly Neighborhood Toy Nerd and Sal. They took care of me there, so I had some hospitality. Buffalo, what's up, man? So Hunter, hello. So this Sunday will be me going to visit. Yeah, no, Josh. Yeah, not plugging. That's I hope. So obviously, Josh and I have talked a lot about what he's going through, what I'm going through. There's others too. I'm not going to say their names, but people you can guess that I know and I associate with are all struggling with very similar things. And it's not just the videos; it's also just collecting in general and all this different stuff. So definitely watch Josh's video and give him some love. If you watch today's Daily Dub, you'll see what we're talking about. We'll talk more about that later. But so you're going to see me go to surprise Josh, and we had a good time that weekend, and Father's Day is in that video. Then this weekend, we went to Joe Fest in Augusta, which is a similar convention to Toyland, a little bit smaller. And I had Andrew Gearhart was with us, and then Damien, David, Victoria, and I. And then we had home cooking from my mother, which Andrew got to have some. I think Andrew's in the chat. Did you enjoy the macaroni and cheese, chicken dumplings, greens, field peas, cornbread, pecan pie, all of that action, you know. And then this coming weekend, the seductive Steve himself is coming to visit. And there are some things on the horizon that I think you will all enjoy. So that's imminent here this weekend. We're going to have a cookout. There's going to be it's a contest. Yeah, Ren, DM me. Bran, I appreciate that, man. I appreciate that. Yeah, I mean, I think collecting in general is getting kind of burnout for a lot of folks. Nick, Josh and I met at Fanboy last year, about a year ago now, but we had been talking just through YouTube and Facebook and stuff for I don't know, like a year before that, something like that. It's not been that long. It's not been that long. So anyway, that's with Steve this weekend. That's going to be fun. 4th of July, yes, I have plans. Got a special visitor. I'm not going to say who. I don't know if they're doing it as a surprise, but I do have visitors coming in that you all know and will enjoy seeing. And so we'll do stuff for the 4th of July weekend. And then there's Atlanta Comic-Con weekend, and Josh is coming into town for that. I think IP is actually also coming into town for that, and a lot of people. Andrew's coming. Damien, David, all the normal people. So we have that coming up. And then that weekend, which is a long way away, it's an episode in August. I don't know what I'll do. That's the next one that doesn't have like an event around it. And then the one after that, Steve, David, and I are taking a road trip to Michigan to go to the Get Geeked Expo or whatever it's called. And the reason we're going to these two shows is Atlanta Comic-Con, the 4 voice actors for the cartoon turtles are there. And then in Michigan, the 4 actors for the movies are there, and Shredder. Yeah, I did, Josh, but you might can clarify that a little better. So that's why we're doing. We're going to get some things signed out. I want to get some animation cells. David actually got for me a comic at the show this weekend that we're going to get signed in Michigan. So there's a lot going to happen here in the next 4 or 5 episodes of Dub Life. So I hope you enjoy it. And again, like I said in mine, like I mean, sometimes I feel burnout, especially when I'm alone. Like I've got a trip coming up to Texas the second week of July. I don't know that I'll film then. I mean, there'll be a Dub Life, but I don't know that I'll film then. When I am by myself, that's when the burnout feels the most. But the other stuff I'm going to do anyway, whether there's a camera or not. And I want to make memories for all of us to watch. So I hope you enjoy all that. Let me see. I've got a bunch of comments. Matt D, I enjoyed biscuits. I'll also take dumplings. Listen, my mom will have you over for dumplings. You just got to come. That was Andrew. All you had to do is say yes, I'm coming. That was it. And Josh was invited, but it's just, whoop, rub it now. Mm-hmm. Tony has a supervisor to the point. My job being so I understand getting right. Yeah. I mean, and in this world, we are our own supervisor. This is not a job for at least the people I'm talking to. And we're often the worst on ourselves, and just the other stuff gets to you. Joseph, my fiance, I have great news to expect. It's wonderful news. Everybody give Joseph a good, little pat on the booty. Say a pat on the booty. Pat on the booty. Pat it. Go ahead and pat it for the good news. Expecting a first child. Tony, we are going to make pit stops. So Lansing, Michigan is like 13 hours from my house. David and I are going to leave my house at just butt crack. I mean, just all the way butt crack, like 4 a.m. or something like that. And because we want to never deal with the Atlanta morning rush hour traffic because we're leaving on a Thursday. We want to get to Steve. Steve lives near Chattanooga, and we want to not be in Chattanooga rush hour traffic. We want to be through both of those before like 8 a.m. And but then from there, it's going to be just meandering, dilly-dally McGee. We're going to go to all kind of stuff, all foolishness. I'm sure we'll stop by and hang out, have lunch with Josh. See if we can't hijack him. I got to bribe Karina. Maybe if I can get Karina a spa weekend and hire a babysitter. Maybe then. Ren, have a good one, man. So it's going to take us a while. So I know we're going to make pit stops. Indy could happen because of Kokomo, but Kokomo has such hard hours to get to. They're open like when people work, and that's it. Am I collecting I don't collect Fortnite at all. I army built those figures. I got 4 of all of them, except for the sculpture where I just got 2 because I'm using that with some other things. I don't play Fortnite, but I those figures are great. Like if you're on my Instagram, if you guys have been, or on my Facebook or in Josh's Facebook group, I've been posting pictures recently. I've been taking with new diorama I got Sunday or Saturday. Let me know what you think. I've really been trying to learn how to do like lighting differently. And what's up, my man? How are you, buddy? Let me give you this. Let's do that. Let me know what you think of those pictures because it's fun. It's a new part of the hobby I'm getting into, and I'm not doing it to get likes on Instagram, but part of this is I do actually want to try to do something that's artistic and people like. So let me know what you think. But I used those in that Joker picture today that I thought was pretty good. Yeah, Sean, we're going the whole weekend. We will get there. In fact, maybe Friday we're going up. Yeah, I'm taking off Friday and Monday. So we're going to drive up Friday. We'll be there all day Saturday, all day Sunday, and then come back Monday. It'll be Steve, David, and I, unless I kidnap Josh. Pat on the booty. That's right. Pat on the booty. That's great news, Joseph. I'm very happy for you, man. Rob, I don't think I'm going to that show in July. Like I just said, I think almost every weekend I have in July is already full with something. Josh, when is that show? It's the next weekend after Atlanta Comic-Con, right? That is the weekend I don't have anything. And where is it, in Kentucky? I mean, it's possible. Anything's possible. Sometimes you just got to show up for the birthday. Dog. We had fun on that live stream. I think somebody mentioned that. Yeah, I laughed so hard at all you guys' reaction when I popped in there with the squeeze it, dog with the squeeze it with the $2. Thank you, sir. Thank you very much. If y'all watched Dog's stream the other day, let me know if you like the Big Papa Pump busting in to the action because that was fun. I laughed. I laughed. I laughed so hard. I couldn't get my lights to. So I had them all red. I wanted them to do like a siren, like Big Papa Pump's siren entrance was. But I can only get it to do that, at least in the apps I have. I can only get it to do that if I have the music through the speakers, and then it would have been way too loud for the live stream. So I had to sacrifice that. Let's see. What's the longest time I've gone without making a single purchase of figures or of anything? Of figures, probably. I mean, I've gone a couple weeks. Sometimes there's just the lull where there's nothing there. So much of what I have anymore is pre-orders just coming in. I mean, so much of it, because like as I'm hunting, like right now, and if any of you have this, let me know. For Star Wars SH figure arts, I'm only missing one piece, and it is that little Death Star diorama that came with the Vader nobody wanted, and everybody got rid of it. So it's not even that expensive. It's hard to find in America, at least. It's the only thing I need. So like, I can't find a thing anymore. So I got to just wait for stuff to come out. So there's times that there's lulls. I'm looking forward to SDCC. I wish I was going. I was talking to Talker Art about it and considering going, but I don't know that I can make it work on the level. No. Tony, thank you. Zach, do I think I'll change what I'll collect? Sure, probably. I mean, right now I'm in a kind of a phase where I'm not sure what I want to collect going forward. I've got to redo all my displays. You'll hear me talk about that in the most recent episode of Dub Live. About every 6 months, I want to redo the way my collection looks. It's about that time. And like I have like that Ready Player One display. I'm going to take that down. And I don't know, do I want to put like a Marvel Figure Arts display there? Or I thought about putting a Hot Toys Marvel display, which would look incredible. So yeah, I think I'll get away from some things. Like I feel like I may stop buying the Marvel Hot Toys after the in-game one, and then that Spider-Man with the Multiman diorama looks so good that I had to pre-order it. So I don't know. I mean, if things in life changed, certainly, but I don't know. Power collectors in the house. Feliciano, Peepo. Ronan Figure Arts 1. Oh, Brand. Yeah, thank you. Yeah, where Ronan was like taking out a bunch of paladins, I think we were using. People, I haven't been live in a long time, my friend. This is a couple months. The rave was good. Birthday stream was amazing. Oh, well, Rob, I just, trying to be a friend. I want to hang out with Josh on his birthday. Iron Dub. Cream City, the somebody better rub it just got, man, that George made me laugh so hard in that. So hard. Sal, I think this is actually addressed on this episodes of Dub Life. How can David take your farts? Because there is a very solid one that happens, and everybody else runs away, and he just keeps doing what he's doing because he was in the zone. And I think I asked him. So I don't know if that was on Instagram or on the going to be on the episode. I don't remember. Big Baby Josh, what's up, man? Tony, I've had to cut down on how many toys. Yeah. I know. I mean, the bubble is here, I believe, for the toys, the toy purchases, because like there's just too much and you want all of it and you start to go all of it. And then you like, what have I done? Why did I, even if you can afford it, you're like, this is really what I should be buying. So it is hard. I try to stay like I ordered the Mafex Iron Spider, which looks like a bad decision right now because it's breaking for everybody. But I try not to get too much into Mafex, even if it looks good, because I don't collect much Mafex. I have so many Mezcos that I'm just so pot invested. Like I'm only missing a handful. But I would like to stop collecting that line because they make me mad. It's hard. Big Baby Josh. Yeah, it is. So yeah. Next thing you know, you bought a bunch of stuff on Amazon or eBay and it shows up. Andrew saw it over the weekend, but it was expensive. Andrew, I don't remember what you're talking about, dude. I don't remember. Dragon Ball panel. Look forward to what they're gonna reveal. Oh, at SDCC, yeah. Those Dragon Ball exclusives, I got to get those. Sola, hello. I appreciate that. Thank you. Dog, I don't know what you need to redo. I like the C-3PO Samurai. It's interesting. I mean, he's got like the little fan. He's being kind of seductive, like Steve. But I like it. I have all of that line. That's another line I collect. I have every single one of the Tamashii Nation Samurai line. Do I need to collect that? I don't know, but I have them all. So like my brain says you got to get the next one and the next one. Do I like the Batman animated series figs? Actually, I don't have them displayed properly right now. I actually want to get a big display. I want to get a Gotham City diorama and have them all out there. I really do like that. I think they look great. There's the new 4 ones that are out, and the Bat Cycle or whatever it would be called is out right now. That looks good. Yeah, Peepo. That's the way to do it. Don't get caught up in any of the hype, but it's hard because so much stuff is hype. You know, if you think about, especially in the mass retail, the stuff that comes out to Walmart and everything else, it's like, take for instance the Captain America. You just watch what eBay is and you can see the hype. So like it comes out and it's like 60, 50, 60 bucks on eBay. And like a week later, it's $18 on eBay because it's just the hype and it's gone. And so many things are like that right now that people are getting caught up in the hype train. Am I going to put it all in the attic when the bubble pop? I don't know. I mean, I'm not collecting for the bubble. I like the way it looks. So probably not. What I could see me doing, I said this to somebody the other day. I am loving the Iron Studios statue so much. That's my favorite display right now. I could see myself just bailing on everything and maybe even getting rid of it all and going for the big daddy statues and having like 50 humongous, like the big sideshow or like Tweeterhead or XM or like just really phenomenal statues. Like I thought about that. A lot easier to maintain, keep up with. But I don't know. I think a lot of things, and then I end up doing all the things, and that's not great. Let's see. Bardock. That'd be good. I would like that. Brad, that display shelf is actually from Costco. And it is like a groceries or like a stock room thing. Definitely went there because I wanted one that was deep enough. Well, that's why deep enough. It's a lot deeper than the other shelves I use, and so that's what I got it from. It's only like 60 or 70 bucks. Now it's a pain in the butt to put together. I was yelling and screaming putting that thing together because it has no screws, no pegs, nothing. It's like this weird Tetris thing that you put together. Once you get it there, it's all right. Toy Story 4. I need to see Toy Story 4. I think I heard Steve. Oh, Steve's in here. I think I heard Steve say somebody peed their pants and sat on, got in a lap at Toy Story. So I don't know if that's good or not. I mean, depends on what you're into. I guess so. Kiwi in the house. Is Polar Express my favorite Christmas movie? No. Collect them all, Kenner. Yeah. Well, and the Build-A-Figure Mafia tricks. That's the Hasbro Mafia. Is the Build-A-Figure gets you to buy them all. We were in one of my group chat. I don't remember which one, today or yesterday. That because Hasbro shows off the collector and the Grandmaster when they just have the other Grandmaster that hasn't come out yet either, and it's just like, really, and like you want to buy this pack because it has cardboard cutouts of the chair. I mean, they're just trying to milk it. And like the next thing is Hasbro's gonna say, here's the figures. Here's figure 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and it builds a big dub. And then the next wave is the same 6 figures 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, but it builds a Josh Pence. And if you want both, you got to buy the same figure twice. Like I just expect that to be an announcement now. The way that they're doing it, that's mean. Hurts my feelings. Let's see. What got you into trying to get all the Star Wars figure arts? I got one, and I have OCD, so I wanted them all. I'm trying to remember. The thing that really made me want them all, I actually really wanted to get. So I had a few, but it's hard to come by those anymore because they're not all brought into America. But I want, when they released all the Praetorian Guards with the different weapons, and if you bought 6 of them, you could get all 6 from the movie. And I thought that would be a fun scene to recreate, which is on my shelf right now. So that was when I really started going hard over getting them all. And Josh and I were going after them together for a while. So it was good. I like them. What good you, Jeff? What is up, man? How are you? Are you having storms your way, dude? Like we've had so many thunderstorms here. Discussing a little bit about upcoming plans. I told them that you have a special set of plans coming up this weekend, but I didn't reveal to them what they were. And we're just talking about figs right now, and maybe a little bit about, we talked about my video and Josh's video from earlier. Just hanging out, Cody, my man, Foxy, what's up? Let's see, man. Atlanta Comic Con is like July 12th through 14th, something like that. It's the weekend after 4th of July. Weekend after. Wow, I'm really far behind. There's a lot of comments. I appreciate you peeps being here today. Let me skip ahead a little bit. There's Saturday. Oh, Jetta, you're coming to. Oh, that's right. You are coming to Atlanta Comic Con. That's good. Oh, his son peed his pants. I thought you got on your mom's lap, Steve. That would have been a more interesting story. I would have needed you to live stream that, though. Dirt Cheap Steve. Kent Pool, what's up, man? How are you? Thank you for joining. They announced the Santa Claus Funko Pops movie. Like Tim Allen, the Santa Claus with the E? Is that the is that what we're talking about? Well, I get into Pops. I have like 500 Pops. I've been collecting Pops forever and ever and ever. My older sister Kim and I mean, we have all like the first Marvel ones, like the very first time they came out. I've been collecting Pops a long time. I don't buy them anymore as much. I do have Bobby Axelrod I just bought right here. I actually pre-ordered Bobby Axelrod from Billions because I love him. He goes with me to help me stay. He stays wherever I'm working. There's Bobby Axelrod to help me eye on the prize. Stay eye on the prize. Hasbro re-released Build. Yeah, they would. Yeah, that's right. Then they do a repaint of the Build-A-Figure and re-release it. You know, Sean, we have a place. I think Greg Cook has done this west of me in the city or just outside the city, where you can get 3D print yourself into an action figure. I need to do that. It's a thing I need to do. I have seen Jurassic World Fallen Kingdom, yes. I think we need to think bigger and have a brand company, Brennan. Think big. Yeah, Steve, I want to see you compare the Mezco Ghostbusters to like funny things. Yeah, I want that. You got them for a good price too. Big Baby Josh, thank you. Storms in North Carolina. That's what I thought. I mean, it seems like, and we've had flash storms where it's like all of a sudden 30 minutes it's hail and then nothing and it's gone. I don't know what the deal is. Go Tanks. Real Batman, what's up? Oh, yeah, everybody's in here. Ryan, what is up? Tim Allen's movie. Road King. Oh, hello. Yeah, I mean, I don't show them. I mean, there's just too much stuff to show. There's just too much stuff. Brooke is excited. Are you talking to me, Cody? You talking to me? Brooke is excited. I hope you are. I have not disclosed any information of any sort that is other people's news to disclose. Any information. So if anyone wants to disclose anything that they have upcoming. Storms in Indiana. I tell you one thing Josh did recently. I don't remember why this was because they had the tornadoes in Dayton. And we texted all that night while they were down in their shelter. And I certainly was worried about them. And I saw, and then when I was in, you'll hear me talk about this on this week's episode. I didn't show the damage on camera because that's not for me to do. It's important for news to do, but that's not for me to do in a silly video. But you could see it all from the highway, all the tornado damage. It was very sad. And anyway, we were talking about tornadoes, and I guess after being in a tornado, Josh was telling me his kids have become interested in it. So there was this I think it's Storm Chasers. I don't remember what the guy's name is, Josh. You can tell him. He sent me this YouTube series that got kickstarted of this guy's storm chasing. And that is an interesting thing to watch and will get you way down the rabbit hole pretty quickly. I think that because you said Indiana, and I feel like maybe an episode was at least on the outskirts of Indiana. But he drives like a tank into the middle of a tornado. He's crazy. He's lost his mind. But it's certainly very interesting. Reed Timmer. Yeah, Reed Timmer. I would recommend. I'm very glad Josh sent it to me. I sent it to my folks, and my mom and dad have watched it. and enjoyed it too. And the thing my mom said, I'm so glad I didn't see this video before you moved to Oklahoma City. So for those of you who don't know, I used to live in Oklahoma City from like November 2000 until like December of 2015. And that like 5 days of mass damage tornadoes that happened in like Oklahoma, Missouri, that area was in May of that year, like 3 months before I moved there. And I had already like taken the job. And I can remember if Steve, I appreciate that. I don't try to make him anything. I just record it, whatever we're doing. The guys in here, a lot of guys in here now have hung out with me, so they know what's going to happen, whether the camera's on or not. I'll talk a little bit about that. I think that's an interesting thing because Talker Art mentioned it when we were hanging out. But I lived in Oklahoma City, and it was right before that. I remember being at Steve's house down south by the airport, looking at this damage from these tornadoes and thinking, what am I doing? Why am I moving there? But that's what I did. And if I didn't, my life would be very different right now. I several times in the last 7 or 8 years, I've been in this place where I could take job A or job B, and I've been had the right foresight and guidance. I've been fortunate to seek wisdom from things to make sure that I made the right choice. Man, those storms are brutal. So check it out. It's a pretty interesting thing. Andrew got a safety. Boy, Andrew, you got a few safeties this weekend on Saturday. Yeah. I tell you what, Josh's card videos are interesting. And one thing I don't do a lot of blind. I did the Thor Ragnarok blind boxes because I wanted them all. I try not to do things that are going to cause me to spend money on something I don't know or any form of gambling or risk, because my mind goes in the place it doesn't need to go for that stuff, and I try to really stay positive focused. That's just nothing to do with anyone else. It's just me. But watching his card videos, what I am amazed by is I had no idea any of this stuff existed. Like the MCU cards, they're awesome. I don't remember who it was. She posted in Josh's group. She bought a Thor Ragnarok box and got a Chris Hemsworth autograph, and I was like, immediately on eBay, like, okay, how much is this box? I didn't know I could get Thor's autograph. What are we talking about here? We haven't had Josh has had some good autographs, but he's had a lot that are just kind of if you're a fan, you enjoy them. But we haven't had a Mark Hamill autograph, something that would make you go, oh, I'm purchasing this immediately. So it's I just didn't know all that stuff existed. And then the thing that's really bad is Lost is my favorite TV show ever. And I've gone back and looked at like Lost cards. I have all the Lost. I actually have all the Lost cards. I was getting cards way back then, but I don't have any of the autographs. I just have the regular sets. But then I looked at the Game of Thrones card boxes. You want to talk about expensive. Those things are like hundreds and hundreds of dollars for like one card. I had to close the browser, erase it from the history, clear the cache. That's a big nope. We ain't doing that. I don't want to do that. Yes, Steve wants to get into the Legends X-Men. Steve has primarily been an MCU guy, but he's he's there. Nintendo Power video game chip cards. Those are the ones you had to cut out. I used to have all those Nintendo Powers. I think I sold it all when I was selling all my vintage game stuff. I don't think I threw them away. I think we kept up with them. I like Nintendo Power. But so one thing I was going to say is a thing that you never see on camera, at least on my videos. And if you're like, I don't know that anybody watches YouTube this way. King Ding-a-ling. Cali is fun to visit. That was a great time in Cali. I don't know if you analytically watch, but like if you see me, for instance, this is a good example, Josh's birthday. You're going to watch a Dub Life video. You're going to see us hanging out a good amount. You don't see a video from Josh that weekend. I don't think he made one. The same is true if you compare the Dub Life to Atlanta to some of the other things. And a lot of it is because I will say to Josh, don't record. Our memories will be captured on the Dub Life episode. Let's just hang out and not have to deal with the stress. The same thing I did it when Talker Art and I were together. You saw that video a couple weeks ago, and it's a pretty long video, but we hung out for probably, no exaggeration, over 2 days, like 16, 18 hours. A great deal of just relaxing, hanging out, talking, getting to know each other, laughing, having a good time, talking about real life business, what we do at work, all this kinds of stuff. I enjoy when we all get together to, maybe put the camera away a little bit. I'm still going to make sure I capture stuff so you all can enjoy and see what we do. But we want to be friends and collectors and customers and all those things as well, and not always just a person. So it's a good balance. But I always find that kind of interesting that when we hang out, we usually all put the cameras away and just hang out more, which is, I think is good. So, but the flip side of that is, some of the stuff that Josh was talking about today. It's a lot easier to hang out and do stuff together, but then we want to hang out and do stuff together. And so that leaves you with, do I want to go to 19 Walgreens today? The video that I think one of people's favorite videos of Dub Life is a video where David and Steve and I go to 25 Walmarts in one night or whatever it is. Everybody loves that video. It's called Thank You GPS. It's like episode 8 or 9 of Dub Life, somewhere around there. And in that video, Steve gets 3, Steve, or 2, either 2 or 3 entire waves of Marvel Legends in like, I don't know, 36 hours. People love that video. If I had made that video by myself, no, it just wouldn't happen. I would not go to that many stores by myself. But because we had fun together, we ran into the police a few times. Somehow the GPS had us in somebody's yard. We saw somebody trying to return a TV at like 3:30 in the morning. All kind of stuff. That's what made that video good, I think. It didn't make it good that we found the Captain Marvel wave, which now we could buy for $1. It did. That is where Seductive Steve got his name. That is an all-time moment of Dub Life where Steve makes the offer, what if I pose seductively with the figures around me? Then do I win Kingpin? Which, now that you see the price of the Kingpin Build-A-Figure, he came out all right. Right? I mean, it's good money. But that was that episode, an all-time moment of Seductive Steve, Teacher Seductive Steve. Hollenbergs, what's up? Semi Nintendo Powers in storage. Hey. Yeah, Cream, I wouldn't know. Oh, I guess I would know. That's about what I drove. Half an hour. It's outside the city of LA, Anaheim, all that. It's not hard to get to I was staying in Aliso Viejo, I think, or Mission Viejo. It was pretty easy. I like to be somebody people like to hang out with. Batman. I hope I am. Let's see. Sylvia. Old Marvel cards. Like, old. King Ding likes the Instagram videos. I appreciate that. I like it. Like, when I plug my Instagram, I mean, like, obviously I'm plugging, but, like, we don't get paid on Instagram at all. So, I mean, my video today, I might make 25 cents off that, maybe, which is 25 cents. So, Hunter, have a good night, man. Instagram isn't paying anything. I'm plugging Instagram because, like, I'm silly on there all day, every day. And so you can kind of keep up live. Like, a lot of people are like, oh, I didn't know you'd be in this place. If you go on my Instagram, you will, because you'll see exactly where I am. You'll see the preview of Dub Life 2 weeks early because you're seeing all the nonsense that I'm doing. And I'm trying to improve the Instagram game, too. Only 3 Walmarts. Well, I mean, some of us just go to the same Walmarts over and over again. Captain Marvel Hunt, that's right. Yu-Gi-Oh cards, Seductive Steve, Sylvia was worth it. Kingpin brings back unique memories. That's what, you put that kind of thing. Yeah, the Royal Rumble episode is also a favorite. It's also a favorite. Fig Fury, rub it up, dub, up, in a bub. Yes. The Royal Rumble. I thought people liked the Royal Rumble episode because I got sprayed in the face with a bidet twice. and almost cut my arm off with rubber bands. Tony, I will see Far From Home on Wednesday night when Victoria gets here for the long holiday. Josh challenges Lammy and Joe. You completed a challenge. You rode the horsey in the middle of Walmart with like a mother and children watching you, and that old gentleman that just walked by, and you were like, "No, just carry on, just normal Walmart business." That happened. We don't issue challenges anymore. We've moved on. I had 10 challenges in a row declined. That hurt my feelings. Yeah. Until Money Thursday. We've had a few safeties. Oh, that's fine. So I'm just saying, if Instagram is very different than the rest of the stuff, it's very different. It's different content. The stuff I put on Instagram, I don't put anywhere else. It just lives there. Sometimes the pictures I do, but the story just lives there by itself. It's its own thing and it disappears. That was a challenge. Oh, that honey mustard cream city, man, that stuff was slap booty nasty. Just, oh man, I have not eaten honey mustard since then. I don't know why it was so bad, but eating honey mustard with a spoon was just I'm talking just stank draws nasty, just filth. Carnage Toy Hunter, what's up, buddy? They were going Monday night to see Far From Home. Oh, yeah, it comes out on Tuesday. That's right. They moved it. That's right. That's a weird day. Andrew with the horsey on the live stream. Andrew got to experience the new thing. He got to buy and sell debt this weekend. You'll see that on the video. We got a new thing that we're doing now. Glambafucko, hello. How are you? Thanks for joining. Ken, I appreciate that, man. I got 60 people. My goodness. Oh, my mercy. Who is my favorite WWE wrestler of today? Finn Balor, probably. My favorite wrestler today is Kenny Omega. In the WWE, I'd say Finn Balor. WWE has not been good. I've almost canceled the WWE network. I turned on the pay-per-view. Alexa Bliss is my overall favorite WWE. I turned on the pay-per-view, but I didn't know anything. So, well, it is what it is. What's my favorite Luke Skywalker hot toy? I think the only one I have is Jedi. Return of the Jedi Luke, like in the black. I think that's the only one I have. I would like Old Man Luke. I actually think that looks really good. I thought about getting that several times. King Dingaling, seeing you eat the Loco Moco, bro. Memories of what? Man, King Dingaling, that thing was good. I've never had that. I didn't know it was a thing. It was good. Where was that at in California? I think it was in a Mission Viejo. It was very good. Eric, no, unfortunately not at Fanboy. I would like to go to Fanboy. Josh and I both. We had a great time there last year, but it is Atlantic Comic Con, and it's not because I'm in Atlanta. I'll go wherever. I think you all see that. But it's because of those voice actors are at Atlanta Comic Con and April. All like lots of us want to get things signed by them. So we're actually really going to go see guests. Kind of unusual because normally I'm just kind of doing whatever. So I think I'm going to try. Maybe I haven't even talked to Josh about this, but I'm going to try to go to Columbus Toy Show in the fall, up that way. So that was a fun time last year also. Safety at Talker Alts was a personal. You can't tell on the video. All right, so his room is a square, okay, but then like he has all the walls are lined with figures, and then he has an inner square of shelves, so you can't cut through the middle. So he went the furthest possible path around me and exited the room, just completely dipped all the way out. That was a good one. There's a good one coming soon too. No, episode 8, Old Man Luke, Cream City, the one that just came out not long ago. Melissa, aka Lady Funko, WWE Pooper they are. Hope there's a baseball game tonight. I went for a walk and heard somebody will go home. Oh, well, that's not very nice. I hope there is also a baseball game tonight, right, G? Don't worry about that stuff, man. Here, hang out with us. There's 72 people in here. Hang out and we'll be nice. We'll be positive. Sean, hey, thanks, man. I just haven't. You've heard me talk about it. Like live streaming is not easy because I'm always going, as you see. And so I was going pretty good for a while. And then really, to be honest with you, the last push to finish the 77 sites, all the West Coast, I'm disappearing. Days of my life are disappearing with these cross-country flights and stuff. And so I just haven't had time. And really the last 2 weeks, I've been resting a lot. Like I'd work and then I'd take a nap. And I'm trying to recover from being on the road like solid for a year. So I'm going to try to get back in. Week will be a big dub week. If you like big dub, you're going to get a lot of me this week. I'm going to try to do a daily dub every day like I used to, except for Wednesday, you'll get a trailer. I'll live stream today. I might live stream again. I just want to spend some time and get reacquainted with you all. Let's see. Oh, Carnage, thank you, man. Thank you, man. And your stuff's good. Stay good. We had a great time in Carnage's live stream Saturday night. Foxy and I were in there wild and out. I haven't watched WWE since been lost now. Ooh, well, man. Kent, I'm probably gonna get all 4 turtles in April. I might get Conroy. I'm right now watching some animation cells on eBay. There's an animation cell that has Leonardo and Donatello and April all in it. I think I might buy that and get those 3. I can't find one that has Raph and Mike together. I really don't want to have 5 animation cells. And then I might get a Batman Animated Series animation cell for Conroy. So I may do a lot. I may do a lot. It's probably going to be the show of signatures. We're going to try to do that Friday morning right away and get that over with. Then we can just hang out with all you guys on Saturday and do whatever you want to do. Yeah, WWE is struggling. Yeah, Columbus is a great show for toys. I agree. I think I may try to go back to that in the fall, dude. How many pies did your mom make from your Instagram store this weekend? So we had 2 pecan pies, and then Damien actually made a lemon pound cake. That was great. Columbus told Josh will have to answer that. It's in the fall. There's 2. There's like a spring one and a fall one. I think it was in October last year. Second week of October. Good day of streams. Thank you, Power. I was on Cincy's earlier. We were in Josh's premiere. I don't know if there has been a lot of streams. We're touching it and rubbing it. Thank you, Steve. Hit the like button. Flying all the time is awful. It's awful. And Steve can attest to this. I used to be terrified of flying. I am. My phobia is not heights. It is when I have a lot of. You hear me talk about mental health, mental illness. I have a lot of mental challenges, and I can be my own worst enemy. And so when I feel like I'm not in control of my own life, when I feel like I'm not in control, and there's a name for this phobia, but I don't remember what it is. That's when I'm terrified. And so flying scares me. Like a cruise ship doesn't, because I'm like, okay, if the thing crashes, theoretically I can swim, even though my brain also understands I can't swim 50 miles, but in my mind I can justify it. So I used to be really scared, and even I got really used to it. And then like the last 6 months, I think it's because there's been all these plane crashes in the news. Every time that thing bumps, it gets my anxiety up. So it's rough flying that much. And I'm not youth medium either. So I mean, we sandwiched in there. And I always feel bad. Somebody's going to sit beside me, and I'm making them uncomfortable. So I don't love it. There's like a full-on conversation about Lady Funko. That was a fun live stream, Power Collector. Thank you, Cream. Puppy. Raiji, thank you. You could probably still get them close to that, Josh. The sell I'm looking at is only like $50. Don't go buy it on eBay, though. Any of you, because I'm going to buy it. But for the 3, it's only like $50. You're going to pay 40, 50, 60 a sell, not necessarily a turtle. 25 a turtle is great. The setup was great for signature. So Kent went to, I remember you guys went to ACC last year. So what was that like? What was the setup like? Be interested. Lemon pound cake was delicious. Carver, what's up, man? Carver is working on Project Big Dub. If you look at that hash. on Instagram. You can see a little tease, which I'm very excited for. My favorite Batman figure in my collection. That's a good question. I really like the recent tactical suit Hot Toys Batman. I really like the Batman Beyond Mezco. I have to say I just got the Mondo Batman the animated series though. I haven't opened that yet. I probably right now the Hot Toys tactical suit Batman from Justice League. It's really, really good. Really, really good. Passed on Celebration Look for $100. Black Series. Yeah, Drive Up Kent Pool. It's a good show, man. It's just straight figures, and we can hang out and have a good time. You need to come through. We need to all hang out in Atlanta too. Grab dinner or something that evening if you guys have time. Yeah, not being in control. I was horrified of the Brian McKnight music video in high school. Which Brian McKnight video? I'm confused now. Brian McKnight. What did Brian McKnight sing? What's the big song Brian McKnight sang? Brian McKnight. Trying to remember. He had like one big song. Somebody know? Controversy. I don't want to controversy. Early careers. Anybody said one where he was in the plane and it was falling apart? I mean, that would terrify me. Brian McKnight makes me. Oh, Back at One. One, like a dream come true. Two, just want to be with you. Yeah. I don't think that's the one you're talking. That one wouldn't scare me. Is that the one? The plane falls apart in that song? Jeremy's art. Yeah, come on down, touch it. You can get a touch it anytime you want, big boy. Hell. It comes Toy Show. Oh, September 8th. Is that true, Rob? I hope not. That's like right after Dragon Con. Thursday it was fun. No worries, Tony. What was you guys have whatever conversation you want to. I just like when I was trying to figure out if I needed to respond to that or not. My chat is for all to chat. My favorite toy line as a kid was the Playmates Turtles. Playmates Turtles line. I had them all. Sold them to pay for my master's degree. Those of you that have been around for a while know that story. Have I ever been to any 118? Yeah, Holland Brooks, I actually have. We've been calling this the year 118th in some of our chats. I got a bunch of Vitruvian hacks, a bunch. I have a bunch of Animal Warriors of the Kingdom. I have quite a few Marauder Task Force. I am getting the 118th Injustice figures from Haya right now. I have the aliens from Haya, however you pronounce it. I'm getting the Predators. I'm getting the horses from Boss Fight Studio Vitruvian hacks. So I actually have a lot of 118th. I just don't have them on display because I'm waiting for the horses. I don't want to set up a big display and then those horses, because I was the all-in Kickstarter backer on the horses, and then I got to change everything around. So I have a lot waiting to set up a 118th display. I don't have any 118th like Star Wars or Marvel or anything like that. Usually if I go into a size I don't collect, I want it to be because there's something unique in that size that I'm going to collect and not the same thing I can collect in 14 other scales, if that makes sense. Aquaman Hot Toys is great. That thing looks incredible. But let me tell you, the Asmus Toys Arwen, that face sculpt, and then it has both sculpted and then rooted hair. Woo! 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 No. Vote to bring back Iron Dove. I ain't putting that thing on right now. Fig Fury. I wore it for a couple hours that day. That's only special occasions when I wear the chainmail. It'll happen again. Papa Jack's biscuits are going to happen this weekend, I believe. I don't think Doodog's in here anymore, but I think I think Steve and David and Doodog and I are going to go to Papa Jack's Saturday morning, as a matter of fact. So you can probably see that on Dub Live. Put in the mouth. BJ, what's up, my friend? How are you? I'm talking about our BJ's one of the year 118th. Andrew, have a good night, man. Thanks for joining. Make sure you stay safety when you let it ride under the covers. Give yourself the old Dutch oven. Bunch of Joes this year. So I don't have Joes because that's if I go to Joe's, then the OCD bring. You need the 2,700 GI Joes or whatever it's been. I had a bunch of Joes as a kid. That was also a favorite line. I love Transformers, but we couldn't afford them. So like they only had a few Transformers, and they were like yard sale. So they didn't, they were missing pieces and all that stuff. So, not as much on the Transformers front. But I had a lot of G.I. Joes. They were cheap. But Turtles was always my deal. Yeah, Kent, thank you. Yeah, the Marauder stuff is great, man. I got Josh. They had exclusive dogs at the show in Augusta at Joe Fest this weekend. They were like dark gray, and they had red eyes, like devil dog eyes. And then they had a different, like a navy blue set. I got 2 of those. So if you really want one, you can have one. But they look great. I love those dogs. I think they look really good. There were so many exclusives at that Joe Fest. Yeah, when you come in, you can look at it and see if you want it. There were so many exclusives if you were a Joe guy. So many at this show. 20. Like I've never seen so many exclusives at a show. Yeah, Joe. When I was in Atlanta at the end of March, I went to Come On Expo. Kimberly and her husband would like it. My sister, Kimberly. I didn't know that was an expo. I would like it. We board game a lot. I just don't show you that. In fact, if anybody watched that where we kind of created our own Dungeons and Dragons, which was a butt ton of work. That's why I haven't done it again. Butt ton of work for Kim. It was a lot of work to edit it because it's like 10 hours of video I had to go through. Multiple camera angles and all that. But we had a lot of fun. But the tables that were played, I think I've shown them. I bought these like custom gaming tables where you can take them apart and change it up. I host game nights a lot. Not as much since like the last year when I've been traveling, but like since I built this house a couple years ago, I probably had like 10 or 12 game nights. And sometimes we're like 30 people over here, and we'll be doing all kind of different games, card games, board games, tabletop, D&D, Munchkin. And then it always ends up in everybody playing Cards Against Humanity, like every time. I also go to a lot of board game nights at like my friend Widge's house. That's where I was for New Year's Eve. If you saw that dub live. BJ, I hope you need to come, man. I would like for you to come to Atlanta Comic-Con. Holler at us. Trying to decide if I want to get my first tattoo or my first hot toy for my birthday in August. Well, Tony, if you want a tattoo, if that's a thing you want in your life, I would say get a tattoo before you get a hot toy. Because at some point, that hot toy you won't want anymore. But if you want a tattoo, you'll want a tattoo. Josh, go look at it's called Delightful Dub Ventures. It's a trilogy. I was releasing under Daily Dub, but it's also on a playlist called Delightful Dub Ventures, where Kim and Mike and Victoria and I create our own version of D&D and play it. I think it's pretty good. It's funny. There are some parts that are very, very funny. But it's very different. And I know a lot of people. I mean, I think the first one is my most disliked video I have on the channel, which sucks. But I mean, people suck. So what are you going to do? But it was a lot of work. And Kim wrote the whole story and did it up. You're welcome, buddy. I hope you have a good night, man. Y'all give Josh some love. Y'all give him some love. He just needs to refresh and he'll be lighting it up for us again. Let's see. Virginia early in the week depends on the funds. Yeah, I understand that. Toylanta is already on the calendar. Carvar. It's always like early March. It's already on the calendar. If you search Toylanta 2020, it'll come up. And they've moved to the Hilton. They've moved to a bigger place, 2 floors instead of 1 of space. So it's gonna be bigger. Mayfex Michael Jordan looks good with the killer soft goods, man. I don't want it. Like, it looks great. I don't know what I'm going to do with that. Like, I agree. It looks really good. And I'm like, well, and then I'm like, oh, I could have Michael, like, just bam on Thanos, I guess. But then, you're going, oh, now I'm collecting another thing. I don't know. I don't typically collect, like, real people, but 3.5 stay alive. Oh, stunned by a dozen. Yes, Eric. Scott Steiner, he is the manager or the owner of the Shoney in Ackworth, and they serve alcohol, and he has all his championship belts on display, and it is quite a thing to do. He's never there anymore, but right when it opened, he was always there, and you can go have all you can eat fried chicken and strawberry shortcake with Big Papa Pump. That's only like 30 minutes away. Interesting thing. Cream, I don't know. Toyland is great, but it's great because we're hanging out with friends. It depends on what your budget is. I mean, that'd definitely be a flight for you. But if you come, you're going to have fun. You're going to have a couple of days of fun. I know that. You're going to laugh. We have a good time. But you got to buy a hotel room. You got to fly. It's expensive. And it's not like a Comic-Con or anything like that. So it depends on what you want to collect, too. I mean, there's so much retro stuff there. But, I mean, I think we had a great time. Got a wedding to go to in Atlanta next year. I'm not sure when. Well, hopefully it works out. Yeah, Kent had a good time to Atlanta. Kent and Josh Shetta, everybody. I Martin, the guy's name is Martin. That is the person that runs Toylanta. I saw him this weekend in Augusta, and he said he's watched everybody's videos. He wanted to thank everybody for going, making the videos. He really was excited about it. He's excited for the next show, and I think that helped him be able to expand to 2 floors and all that. So that's cool. We were able to help somebody out. And as you know, all the proceeds from the convention itself go to help a children's memorial to create a museum in honor of this child that died suddenly for a toy museum for kids. So that's even better. So really cool. Favorite Mezco figure? Don't have an answer to that, unfortunately. PX Punisher if I have to answer, but there's a lot that I like a lot, and I can't really know the difference. Girlfriend will know. That's fine. That's fine. Victoria will be there. Frankenstein's video was crazy. It's crazy there. Frank's is crazy. And I was told it was crazy, but man, it's crazy. Ariel, I'm thinking of collecting the whole series of Spider-Man, the animated series from 1994, but I don't know if I should buy them card or loose. What do you recommend? Are you a loose or a carded collector? I would imagine they're a lot cheaper loose. So I would say loose. I'm a loose guy, even though I used to have both my Ninja Turtles. But I wouldn't spend the money to get them carded. But it all depends on what you want to collect. Yeah, Dragon Con was our D&D video. That's where we were at. Favorite prop I have? That's hard, man, because a lot of my props are gifts. So like the Michonne katana Victoria gave me. I have a real Lucille from Walking Dead in the garage. It stays in the garage because like my friend CJ, he made it out of a solid block of wood, and it has a real barbed wire on it. Like it is a defense tool. I love that because somebody made it for me. But I think Ice, you can't see it, but Ned Stark's sword is probably my favorite just because it's huge. It's huge. I don't have anything like that. But then I have Sting. I got Sting recently, with nostalgic for me. This Hobbit's like my favorite thing ever. So that's a hard question, Cream. Good question. Feliciano, have a good evening. Thank you for joining. Yeah, Tattoo Greater and Hot Toy. I would agree with that. D&D videos were top notch. Thank you, Shane. I appreciate that. Thank you. Power Collector. Oh, okay. He's still alive. Make more room for us. Yeah, that's right. Because we bring the train. Polly, what is up? I guess I would say I'm a Braves fan. I don't watch a lot of baseball. To be somebody that was an athlete and has coached a bunch of sports for a huge chunk of my life, I don't watch any sports anymore. I watch Ravens games. I watch Penn State games of football. I watch very little basketball, basically none this year. I used to really be into basketball. I don't watch a lot of baseball. But, yeah, I like the Braves. I'm going to go. I was a big Braves fan in the 90s and as a kid because, they had that run first and they were always in the World Series and all that. So, yeah, it was a different time. But I just don't watch a lot of baseball. I have not been to the new stadium because the new stadium is in a very difficult place to get to. It is in a really bad traffic area, and I don't want to go over there. They moved it out of the city up to the north. I live northeast. They moved it up northwest, right at the Cobb Cloverleaf in like Marietta, and it's terrible traffic. Terrible traffic. So I haven't been up there yet. It's a brand new stadium. I need to go. I'd like to go. Tickets are pretty cheap. Power Collector, have a good night. May look like loose, but I like how they look in the box. Well, I mean, can you do a little bit of both? Can you do like the original, like first figure, or like one or two in the box and then some loose? Make a little display out of it. I collect both in box. Take a load of shelf space. John, how are you? Yeah, squeeze it. That's right. I'm sure you're trying to sell Black Series lightsabers. Would be interested. Maybe I have. I think Obi-Wan's. Is it the lightsaber I have? Let me see. Yeah, I think that's the one I have. Like Obi-Wan's. No, maybe not. Yeah, it is. I think I have Obi-Wan's from New Hope. I think that's the one I have. So maybe. I mean, I'm not. I mean, that one I bought for. Let's see, what's their retail price? Like $175, and it was already clearanced at GameStop, and then it was like the 75% clearance and the. I mean, I pay like $40 for it, and I pay very much. So I'm not looking to spend a lot of money on those, or I would have already bought them. I think ThinkGeek with their kind of going out of business sale. No, Josh, no. I think everybody they had the Kylo lightsaber for a while, half price. Oh my! I really want the cream. Worst time to forget a comb. Oh my goodness. Yeah, Fulton County Stadium. Oh, that's way back. Josh, I actually think I'm the only one that's bought my ticket. I don't think anybody else. I don't think Victoria has yet. I'm pretty sure David hasn't yet. So I think I know why you're asking. So I think there'll be people that don't have one yet. I got mine. They had a sale, or it was cheaper, and then it escalated, or maybe they had a one-day sale or something like that. I don't know. So what else is going on, folks? Already about an hour in. That's good. It's 10:26. Only Monday. Anybody have anything interesting happening outside of work this week? I got a lot of work this week, unfortunately. I got a lot of work. Sean, have a good night, man. Thank you. I have to go here in a little while, but I can go for probably 30 more minutes if y'all want me to. Probably go to 11 my time. Anybody see anything at Frank and Son that you had never seen before? I try to show a lot of interesting stuff. You got to wear an air show this. Well, that's right. Yeah, I saw on your story, maybe you just posted a video where you and Parker were outside looking at the planes. It was crazy how close those were to you. Big con. Oh yeah, the Wisco con. I think you said, Kareem. What's all going to be at that? Is that toys, or does that have guests and stuff too? That's my it's kind of my week too. I didn't leave the house today. I will probably not leave the house. No, I will leave the house tomorrow. I have something to go do. What is it that I need to go do tomorrow? Tuesday. Wednesday, interesting thing, American Express. So they're not called Seasons 50, opening up right by the Mall of Georgia. And American Express invited me to free. So I guess certain American Express card holders that live in whatever zip codes, they are inviting to come for their soft launch. So I'm taking Kim, my older sister, and I. We're going to go have lunch there Wednesday. And they've not formally opened. So I guess it's all free, and you just get to try stuff out and try out the service and all that stuff. So it's kind of that's cool. I'm doing that Wednesday. Steve will be on Friday morning. I have a massage. No, that's next week, next Tuesday. Mental health. Massage is good for mental health and physical health. Hit the sack. Got a big con. Solo trying to go to Frankenstein the next couple weeks. I think we're Wednesday and Saturday, right? I was there on a Wednesday. It's okay. That's wonderful. I haven't seen the Frankensons vid yet. Oh, I think you'll enjoy it, Holland Bricks. Let me know. Leave a comment when you watch it. Tell me if you like it. Thomas, yeah, thank you. Yeah, Josh just needs to do him and go that way. It's like a normal big contour. Oh, nice. 1974 Mr. Tang. Is that you, Tony? I don't know who 19. I saw you just subscribed to me, so thank you for subscribing. Is this a new is it somebody new? Or is this a new name? Yeah, you should. We let's see. So I think Wednesday. Wednesday works good. I don't think it's quite as busy as it was. Thank you, Real Batman. It was fun. It's gonna be different not being on the road as much, and I don't have anywhere new to go. Now I'll be able to find new places, but like I keep being in new cities over and over again over the last year. Now that I've been to all the places I go now will already been. Driving, like I'm renting a car, driving around. It's possible that I'll go to somewhere new. Like when I was in Allentown, Pennsylvania, I think it was. I drove down into the Amish country to eat at the Amish buffet, which was wonderful. So that was kind of cool. Next time you're in Philly, yeah, Paulie, yes, cheesesteaks and cannolis on you. Yes, I want to do that next time I'm in Philly. I did not run the Rocky Steps, but I went to the top of the Rocky Steps. The Man of Steel Hot Toys. I got that Man of Steel Hot Toys, I think. Yeah, I have that whole set. They're good. Everybody spends so much at Frankenstein. Had a booth at Frankenstein Slide Magic for 3 years. Man, Callie, that's crazy. Has it changed over the years? I just can't imagine it being so figure heavy. It's even 5-10 years ago. Yes, about Games Daily. I'm going to Atlanta Comic Con. Josh is going to Atlanta Comic Con. Steve is coming for a day to Atlanta Comic Con. David will be at Atlanta Comic Con. Andrew's coming to Atlanta Comic Con. Damien will be at Atlanta Comic Con. Victoria's coming to Atlanta Comic Con. A lot of people are. I think Kent's coming to. Yeah, Kent said he's coming. I think Jetta's coming. Greg Cook's probably coming. There'll be a lot. A lot of people will be at Atlanta Comic Con. Carlos, my friend, I have not talked to you in a while. How are you? Did I see a good amount in Star Wars Padme Qui-Gon, the Death Trooper specials? So, yeah, there was a ton of SH figure arts. I don't know that I saw Padme or Qui-Gon or the Death Trooper specialist. The toy department had those. Josh found the Death Trooper specialist at a show. I don't know that they had those at Frankenstein's, but there was no way to look at every single thing. There's thousands of SH figure arts there. Imports is the name of the game there. Get to pay my registration for my truck Friday and go to my stepdaughter's. Balrog is sweet. Tony, what's up, bud? What Balrog? Did Storm show a Balrog? Is that what that is? That would be awesome. Can rearrange my tour and it could be a new place to go. Yeah. You need to come visit. I am going to rearrange it, man. It's going to be different. I'm not going to change the infrastructure, but I'm going to change the figure layout. I just have to decide to do it. I'm kind of not feeling it. CB Hunts, what's up, brother? How are you, man? Yeah, Callie, I'm sure that's changed a lot. Galaxy Edge is new. I couldn't see it. I wanted to see it. I drove by it in that episode. And that road is busy, and there's really nowhere to just pull to the side of the road because obviously they don't want you to do that at Disney. But I couldn't see it. You could see it from the highway. You could see parts of it, but it wasn't safe to record where I was. Superman related hot toys. The BVS Superman is hard to come by. It's kind of expensive. A lot more sports cards back in the day. It kind of started as a sports card show, right, Callie? I think it kind of was. That was its deal. Sports collectibles. There were still quite a few sports collectibles there. Oh, yeah, I see. Yeah, back more sports and comics. Force Ghost to be there. Did I see exclusive Kylo Franks? No, I don't think so. Again, same as everything. I have that now, but I found a private seller that was selling stuff that I got really, really. I'm not even going to tell you how good of a price on some of that stuff. but I don't think I saw. I did see them. I did not see them because I'm not missing them. I wouldn't have looked for them. I was looking for the War Machine Mark III and couldn't find it. And then once I saw those Hot Toys, like the Milk War Machine, the Gunmetal Iron Man, like I've never seen that stuff in person. And that Super Bad Action Figures on Instagram, I was able to negotiate a great price with that guy. So that worked well. Got to the airport. It's good, Tony. Tons of Figma, man, Sean. Oh my gosh, tons of Figma. Because so much of Figma lives in like the anime world and like other stuff that's maybe not as popular here. Walls of Figma at some stores. Very popular there. Very popular. Hello, CB Hunt's mom. How are you? Yeah, man, I'm chilling. Y'all should go check out CB Hunt's on his channel. I don't know. It's like 3-4 days ago. He's waiting for a package from Big Bad Toy Store. He's waiting on, and that video is so funny. He go give some love to CB Hunts and check out that video. It is so. Let me try to find it. It is so. It made me laugh so hard. My man is sitting there trying to find this doggone, waiting for his package. He's just staring at the mailman out the window like, "Now I seen you over there. You better call him. Bring my package. I'm ready. I'm trying to get on the package." And y'all know how much I like it when somebody yelling out package. I'm a fan of that. Let me find that video. Let me find. Don't start playing. Don't start playing and mess everything up. There we go. I think I got it. Y'all go watch this video when you have a chance. Check out that video. Put it on your watch later or whatever. Or watch it now if it's fine. It makes me laugh so hard when he starts looking out the thing, and then he starts yelling at the mailman, "I blame you." It's very funny. I like good, fun, silly stuff like that. So anytime you got funny, silly stuff, send it my way. I'm a fan of that. Let's see. I can get a lot of SH figures. My friends imported them. Cali, you need to be hollering at us. Josh, we need to holler at Cali fast to get the import. I will change my room so you can come visit, sir. Oh, I'll come. Oh, yes. Do you want me to come visit? We can rearrange. We can make it the. I have an idea what we can do. We put that pole and that ball and all that in there, and then that kind of thing, and I'm in. 90-degree weather here in South Florida. Some of the stores that old Carlos told me about in Florida were really good, man. That store, Big Redhead, that John Cena shops at, Carlos, I don't remember which little suburb that was. That was a great store. David and I actually thought about driving to Tampa on a weekend just to go to that store. It's really good. Yeah, Tim Califats does have great hot toys at Frank's. Frank and his son. Who is Frank and Sons that have all those booths in the back that have like 1,000 Marvel Legends row after row after row, and they have like 50. Like who? I mean, they've got a million things. That's crazy. Thanks for joining. Time to go. Batman, you also thank you. CB Hunt, no problem, man. It's a good video. When you come back out, yeah, I'll hit you up, man. We can go have a good time. I had ASMR video. Click on more Ring Wars there. They did a one of their episodes in ASMR, clowning on that too. I love foolishness like that. Fig Fury, have a good night, man. Thanks for hanging out. Oh man, no problem. Big Papa. Yeah, change the scenery. Throw money Thursday. This is the Rub It City. Hello, mother. How are you? CB Hunt's mom. Yeah, the store is really great. Budget Collector, what's up, man? What's up? Budget Collector's working on trying to grow his channel. I know he's commenting about. Jeremy, I appreciate it, man. Have a good night. Get a little work done. Doing it up. Oh, I didn't even ask. That neck, I didn't even ask. Because that booth was, I couldn't find the person that owned it. It was up above everything. Talker Art kept texting me, talking trash, because he saw it on my story. I didn't even ask. I'm sure it was expensive. That figure's really good. You're welcome, man. I'll believe when I see it, Cream City. Toys R Us keeps going to be returning. And they want to return on consignment. I don't think Hasbro is going to sell on consignment. You and I might sell on consignment. Hasbro ain't selling on consignment. I'll believe it when I see it. They're going to be, it's an interesting legal situation because they're going to face class action lawsuit by terminated employees, I would think, they return. I mean, I don't want, Toys R Us doesn't need a return. The reason why went out of business is because none of us wanted to buy toys from them anyway, because they were $22.99 for Legends or whatever they were. They were too expensive and never had anything. That's why they went out of business. And their stock was bad, right? Like, does anybody miss them other than the nostalgia of missing Toys R Us? I don't mean that to be controversial, but I was never buying anything from there. It was too expensive. And they never, you go there and there's 17 Lady Beetles, and that's it. And they're all $22.99. I don't miss that. Yeah, you get the Toys R Us exclusives because that's the only way you could get it. And if you happen to get it in your store, all those things that were Toys R Us exclusives that then got re-released to like Entertainment Earth or Disney Store, it has been to get those since they haven't been Toys R Us. Yeah, it's nostalgia. Like, do I miss Toys R Us from when I was 6? Sure. But you know what? We also didn't buy anything then. Oh, you remember when you took the little card, the video game card, and you had to take it out of the thing and you had to go to the counter and get it? I remember that was a thing, but it was like $75 to get a Nintendo game at Toys R Us. We got it at Walmart or, whatever. KB even. KB was cheaper even though it was in the mall. It's expensive. Now, if they come back and they're competitive and they try to go price wars with Walmart, which I don't know how you can do that might be good. We missed the concept of it a lot more than it, I believe. Because people didn't want to shop there. Matt from Australia, how are you? What time is it in where you are right now? It's morning or like noontime, maybe? I thought I saw somewhere that TRO owned a bunch of money to Funko. I'm sure they do. They owe money to everybody. That's what happens when you go bankrupt is you owe money to a bunch of people that you can't pay. And thus you go bankrupt, and it means you can't do any of that anymore, but you don't owe the money. You had to take the slip up and wait for an hour for an employee to open the cage. And yes. Matt, I'm going to read this because I don't want the profanities can get us in trouble in YouTube and comments, guys. I don't know. But if you paid attention to, as a couple months ago, they changed the way that they can now demonetize your video based on stuff people put in comments. So you can help people out by just not, am I frozen? Why am I frozen? No, I'm just going to act like I'm not frozen. There we go. But Josh says you should do the Joe Rogan approach and never read the comments and just make video about what you want when you want. Yeah. Oh, you can see it. That's right. Sorry. Miss it from more place where people buy things. Yeah. Are people saying I miss Sears? I guess some people are saying they are, or the other companies. I mean, online stuff has hurt a lot of things. Walmart has hurt a lot of things, but none of us. So GameStop's in trouble right now, but we all sure enough say, I'm not paying $22.99 for Marvel Legend at GameStop. No, sir. Even though that's the MSRP. That's what Hasbro wants, is allowing them to charge. No, I'm going to Walmart. And then if GameStop goes out of business, people are like, oh, Amazon and Walmart kill GameStop. No, we do, because we don't go buy things from them. Because, of course, we go to the cheaper place to buy it. Because our personal money is more important than the corporation to us. It's the nature of it. Why is distribution so messed up? That's a different question. Distribution is very messed up. If you watch, Dewdog and I live very close to each other, about, I don't know, maybe less than 10 miles apart. And you see in his Instagram or his videos, he finds stuff a lot in our Walmarts around here. Part of that's because his job allows him to be out really early before people are, so he gets to see it first. But we have distribution centers very close to us. In fact, I have an Amazon distribution center like 20 minutes away, and my Amazon 1 hour delivery is free for most things, like with Amazon Prime, and it has all kind of stuff. Like right now, I could probably order a Marvel Legend and have it here in an hour. Well, maybe not right now because it's late. It was just like 2 in the afternoon. I could have a Marvel Legend here within an hour at the same price as 2-day shipping because it's just right down the road, and it comes with an Amazon van. It doesn't come with UPS or the post office or anything like that. They just ride down. But if you're far away from a distribution center, all of a sudden, like this one random store somewhere had like Shield replicas, and no other Toys R Us in the country had them. How does that happen? I don't know. I've never shopped at Toys R Us as an adult. Yeah, it's yeah. I don't care really. What I care about is a bunch of people lost their jobs, including people that comment on my videos and join my streams and were displaced and impacted by that. And so I really don't want the people that led to those folks being impacted profiting. I just don't really want that. Go and do something new. I'm only collecting women action figures. Oh, okay, Patrick. There's a lot. That's good. So a lot of people have moved off retail figs only to imports. I love the imports. A lot of people are on that path. Checking under the baby crib section of Toys R Us for stash figures. I have learned recently that one of my friends has somebody that stashes figures at a Walgreens under the dog beds. So now I'm going to start looking under dog beds if I'm looking for something. You never know. Matt, that's the case, dude. That's what I tried to get across in my video. I don't want to tell you guys what you should and shouldn't do. It's your decision. For a very long time, on the TV, and there's not an apparatus to do it on, right, or whatever. But now I make a point of the people that I really like, especially the people I know, but even just the content. Like I like Pixel Game Squad, the video game channel I really like. They're really positive guys. I always try to comment on videos because it helps. It just helps. Imagine and we're not talking about YouTube as work. We're not thinking about YouTube as work. We're just thinking about YouTube as a thing you're making, right? Imagine if at work, at home, imagine if you're working in the backyard for something for your house, or you're at work or whatever, and nobody ever tells you you're doing a good job. But only every once in a while somebody tells you suck. And that's it. So you're like, oh, but ignore that guy that tells you suck like once a month. But you go, yeah, but hardly anybody's telling me I'm doing a good job either. And so that just gets louder and louder and louder and louder. Chris, what's up, man? Thanks for joining. That's what it's like. And so that's what I tried to encourage in the video today, was to flood the people's channels that you enjoy with positive comments. Take the extra 30 seconds to leave a comment to tell them that you appreciate what they do, to drown out the foolishness, to drown it out. In Josh's video right now, I looked and there's a whole bunch of good comments, and there is a doo-doo comment sitting in there, a poopy one. But it's a whole lot easier to miss it because there's already like 100 really good comments, or maybe more by now, an hour later. So just try to give people comments. You don't have to give them money. You don't have to donate. You don't have to whatever. Am I there? Oh, so that must be where the so Carlos is down. Oh, so we're all over the place because I froze, and people, now the chat confuses me because people seem to be all over the place. So yeah, comment for people. And I'll tell you what, if you really want to help people financially and don't want to spend money, watch the ads. Don't skip them, and click on them and let them open in another thing. That's the stuff that pays YouTube people the best. And people don't know that. They think I can just do the 5 seconds and skip it. That doesn't help, right? If you actually want to help, let the ad roll. Go get some popcorn. Go to dinner, whatever. And I'm telling you, you have to skip it all. For me, I don't care. For anybody, I don't really care. But I'm saying, if you want to help in a way that can make a difference, the first thing you do is leave positive comments every time you watch. Say something you like. something. Second, just let the ad roll. Do whatever else. Hey, YouTube's gotten pretty good at suggesting stuff I like. They got pretty good at that. So it definitely helps. And because all that stuff is tracked, and so advertisers see, for instance, if you're watching Josh's video, and if advertisers see, oh, well, 5% of people that watch his videos click on the ad, advertisers pay more to YouTube, and thus they give Josh more. That's the way it works. So it just if you want to, but you don't have to. I mean, just watch it the way you want to watch. But it helps if you're saying how can I help? That's a way you can help monetarily. It doesn't cost you anything. But primarily, leave positive comments, flood the page with positive things, and just take a little bit of time out of your day to do it. I planted 3 flats. I think there were 18 flowers in each flat. Put them all there. That's nice. My mom, I've tried to show you guys her garden. She's doing a lot of good gardening. I want some flower beds and flowers in my yard. I'd like that. Always a pooper in the comments section. Yeah, Tony, that's the worst. I'm not that way as a manager. I manage over 400 people. I manage 4 directly, but I have over 400 people in my world, and it's important to tell people they're doing a good job. A big thing of what I wanted to do, why I went to visit all these places, I had to, but it was important to me to shake everybody's hand that worked for me and let them know that I think they're doing a good job, that I'm there for them. They can always reach out to me. They don't have to worry about that I'm the boss. They can reach out to me. And that was important to me. It was important to me. So I'm sorry to hear that, Tony. Did it for yard and neighbor kids like to take Instagram pictures. That's very cool, man. Letting the kids, it's awesome. Thank you, Holland Bricks. Yeah, so that's good. The YouTubers I enjoy the most are the ones I see YouTube as a hobby. Yeah. I mean, you could see some incredible stuff on the big timers. I mean, I like some of the stuff Mr. Beast does, and he makes a bunch of money off YouTube, I'm sure. But that's not the world I live in. But sometimes I watch his stuff. I like to watch like Peter McKinnon. I like to watch the photography and the vlog people, and I like to learn how they edit. They shoot stuff and just like to learn. It's more my own hobby. I'm trying to get better with photos and videos and stuff. Matt, I appreciate that. Cream, so I don't think you can choose where ads are in your video until you're partnered. But once you're partnered, and I didn't know how to do this. Josh had to show me how to do this like a year ago. Once you're partnered, you can go into the monetization section, and you can pick the timestamp of where you want your ads to appear. So I don't know that my ads appear where I want them to, because typically YouTube's just going to put ads also where they want. Now you can pick, I want an ad to be at the beginning of my breaks. So actually, this is a good form to ask this, because I guess a lot of you guys probably watch Dub Life. So when I change days, when I end a day and I tell you good night, and then I'm going to tell you good morning, and I put the splash screen, like just my little avatar, and then I tell you the date, do commercials run there? Because I'm telling YouTube to put commercials there. But I think it has a little asterisk that says commercials may not run there. So I don't know what I'm telling it to do. Maybe it means they won't necessarily run a commercial, but if they do, it'll run there. Do they work like that? Because I'm trying to make that like a break, or if you needed to pause and come back the next day, or you want to go do something else or whatever, try. If commercials are just appearing wherever, like in the middle of a sentence, that stinks, because I'm trying to not have that happen, and I'll try to do better. I don't know how to do it, though. Best PlayStation VR game out right now. Beat Saber, man, and Tetris, the Tetris game. We've been playing a lot of Beat Saber. I just bought it like a week ago. It's a game where it's like Guitar Hero, except you're holding lightsabers, and you're in like this world, and there's like blocks coming toward you with arrows, and you have to slice or poke them with the lightsaber, and there's like walls you have to duck underneath and dodge. That game's awesome. I wish all the music is like royalty-free type music, or music you've never heard. I think on the computer, like on Oculus, they do have some licensed music. PlayStation doesn't have that yet, but I think they might be going to get it. That game is a lot of fun. And then the Tetris Effect. That Tetris game is really good. Play that a lot. And then Farpoint, is that the name of that game? I think Farpoint is like the one where you use the big gun. That's a good game too. Batman Arkham VR though is the most incredible thing to just experience in VR. It's short, it only take you like an hour or two. Man, you get to put on the cowl, put on the bat suit, mess around the Batcave. It is phenomenal. My buddy Damien, who you see on my videos, big Batman fan, biggest Batman fan that I know. And he, you can see this table here. So like the VR mask is actually right there. And so like the camera, the PlayStation camera is there. So you could sit here in this chair to play. But Batman, you stand up and just in the title screen, the game hasn't even started. But the title screen, you're like standing in Gotham City. He was on his belly underneath. He had crawled underneath that coffee table. And he was going, oh, even underneath the dumpster, they've got all the detail. I'm like, dude, do not stand up. You're going to kill yourself if you stand up. It is visually stunning. Next time that Josh comes, I got to get him on that VR. Usually don't see commercials there. That's poop. Yeah, personally am active on Instagram because of very photography focus. Yeah, I appreciate that, Eric. Yeah, and Instagram's fun too. I'm actually really enjoying Instagram. And I like it when people comment on those photos as well. I'm glad to see Tropic Thunder on my channel fits a niche taste. Usually don't see commercials there. No, you don't need to feel bad to pay for YouTube Premium, Tony. So YouTube Premium is the best thing you can do. So I also pay for YouTube Premium. When you watch a person's video of YouTube Premium, every minute you watch, money gets paid to the person. So it's a whole other section of revenue. So you get the ad revenue that's being paid by the advertisers. YouTube Premium, Google is paying you that money from the premium subscription. So don't feel bad about that. It's actually the best. So like if you put my videos on YouTube Premium, just let the Dub Life playlist run while you're at work, it would just keep paying, fractions of a penny, but it would just keep paying. So that's nothing wrong with that. Yeah, I don't watch PewDiePie. Some people do. It's fine. I think I've seen an ad during a Dub Life. I usually watch off PS4, so no ad blocks. I don't know. Yeah, ad blocks kill the creators. It appears even when you're talking. So that's just not working whatsoever. On the computer, your ads are on the commercial spots. Okay. So it's because, well, that's true, because people are also paying either for computer ads or mobile ads. Imagine like the PlayStation or the Roku or Apple TV have different type of ads. That is true. That's different things people are paying for. James, how are you? Doing good. I've watched some of the Five Nights at Freddy VR. I have not. I've not downloaded. That sounds like something Josh might want. Blood and Truth PSVR. What kind of game is that? Budget collector. Yeah, Holland Bricks. Me too. It's nice to have personal collection with the people that you're watching. Yeah, premium's good. On iPad, tablet, I get ads all the time. Yeah, ads are kind of random. Did I get Vader Immortal? I don't know what you're asking. Cream City. I don't know what that is. Story-driven shooter. I should check that out. I think I've heard of that. Did they have like a free? Is there like a free-to-play demo of that maybe? That was popular on the PlayStation Store? I feel like I've heard of that. Now that you say that, it's a shooter. So, the new Vader VR game. I didn't know that existed, man. Is it on PSVR or is it just on like Oculus? London Heist that came on the VR World Pack. That I played. Oh. So they turned London Heist into a game. That game, VR Worlds, is actually fun. I to this day, whenever, and I'll make Josh do this, because you need to get your VR legs if you've never done VR, because it can be, it takes getting used to. So they have that game where you get in the cage and they lower you underwater, and it's like you're underwater looking at all the fish and the creatures and all that. It's beautiful. You don't have to do anything. Like there's no, just sit there, and you like lean and you look over and you look around and all that. I always make people play that first just so they can understand exactly what VR is like. before they play something where they're standing and moving around. Because some people get motion sickness. Like Victoria, she can't stay in the VR very long because she'll get really motion sick. And then depending on the game, like those games that are full on shooters out in space, ooh, can make you yak. Yeah, we can record it. Absolutely. You kidding me? I'm going to record it whether you want to or not, big boy. That's how it's going to go. All up in the grill. Jedi Fallen Order, there's the version that comes with the Black Series figure, I think, right? Tropic Thunder, I haven't seen Dark Phoenix yet. I need to go see it, and I haven't. I need to go see it. Man, Cream, this is terrible for our eyes. Everything we do is terrible for our eyes anymore. That's why all the companies are trying to do dark modes and night modes and all that stuff, because they're getting research that goes, oh, we're just all going to be blind at 50 years old. I need to see Dark Phoenix. I mean, like, I know it didn't get good reviews, and I don't really care about reviews. That's fine. Did I turn my lights on with my watch? I can turn my lights on with my watch. I think probably the camera just focused when I leaned back. Good night, Sean. Have a good one. Would you like me to? Make the living room lights blue.
Understood. Request sent.
I can do that if you'd like. Make the living room lights white.
You got it. Coming right up.
There we go. It's better. See, I can do it with my watch if you'd like me to. You should know that. Oh, I'll see Men in Black too. No, don't you say that. I want to see the new Child's Play film. Very surprised in a positive way. Dark Phoenix confused me. I don't want us to get in a place where all we see is the MCU movies, because then there's going to be no more movies. Movies are going to go away. I know we're all happy that the Disney-Fox merger went through, and now Disney can have the X-Men and the Fantastic Four, and everybody's excited about that. But it also gives Disney a controlling monopoly of the movie theaters. Because I don't do that. What video is that, man? That's your video from when you came, the vlog when you came to my house and you told Alexa to turn off everything in the entire house? But yeah, I mean, I try to support the nerddom stuff. Right. Just because you want to see things get made, you want to see things get made. You want to try to stay positive. Has anyone seen the TMNT and Batman? No, Joel. I have it. I haven't watched it. Still need to see John Wick 3. I haven't seen that either. Yeah, I'm behind on that. I'm really bad. I didn't see Godzilla either, and I want to see that. I'm being bad. I had Movie Pass, and the Movie Pass took a dump, and I got out of the habit of seeing movies so often. Yeah, when Disney Plus comes out, yeah. I mean, it's just Disney's going to rule the world. I already rule the box office, and that's, I've talked about that in a Daily Dub before. I'm going to do a Daily Dub tomorrow. I actually have some questions to answer that I found. I don't like the way that makes my face look like that. I want to see the movie Chad Boseman as the cop. Tyrese? AMC A-List I've thought about getting, Tony. AMC A-List is a great deal if you have an AMC near you. The closest AMC to me is like 40-ish minutes away, and it's not a nice theater. It's not bad. It's just a regular theater. If I had the one that had like the Bose, the big experience that you can get with that, I would do it. But that one is like an hour and a half away. My sister and brother-in-law have A-List. I'm still thinking about it. I should have got it, but because it was cheaper last year. What do I think about the arcade cabinet? Brother, I'm going to get that thing. David's going to get it too. He's already trying to figure out where it's going to go. And they got a baby on the way. And, so they've turned the spare room into a nursery. And, but we're going to get it. I want to add to one of my extra bedrooms the arcade instead of having it in the living room. This is all a big common living space. There's no walls. Like, it's just a huge common living space. But I need to do something different if I'm going to get any more of these arcades. AMC, yeah. I have a Regal like 5 minutes away. That's when Movie Pass was great. Have I done a 4DX? Have I done a 4? Is that what is that the AMC thing, Tank? If so, yes. I saw, what did I see in that theater? Venom, maybe? No, that's not it. Ant-Man the Wasp, maybe it was. No, Deadpool 2. I saw in that 4DX. Pretty cool. Hobby Man, how are you? I'm doing good. I'm doing good. How about when those Star Wars The Rise of Skywalker toys hit? Are they coming? Yes. Tank, I have been to that. The theater that Victoria and I saw Endgame at is a theater like that as well. It's not. It's actually Georgia Theater Company. It's like a locally owned one, but we saw it in a theater like that. It was great. Aquaman we saw there at Endgame. I liked Aquaman. Aquaman was fun to see in the theater. And Shazam, where did we see Shazam? I haven't seen a movie in IMAX in a long time. I think Thor Ragnarok was the last time I saw a movie in the IMAX. My AMC has, I'm 3D. I don't love either because of glasses. Every once in a while, I'll do it. I mean, I think Regal has the second highest market share to AMC. Oh, you mean in terms of a membership? Man, I hope so. Because I like my movie theater. It's right by me. If it was $20 a month, I'd get it. So I'll have a good evening. Thank you so much for joining, staying around. Let's see. What do I think about the Hella Hot Toy? It's awesome. The Hella Hot Toy is awesome. Josh has that too. That's awesome. That's, I think, one of the most phenomenal Hot Toys that there's been. I love it. I mean, yes, we all wish it was seamless at the shoulders, but it doesn't. It's just that's minor to me. I mean, that head sculpt is unbelievable. And yes, we wish it had a regular head sculpt, but that's just asking for gravy on top of your chicken leg. That's all that's asking for. The chicken leg is already delicious, especially when you get an extra chicken leg and you got some biscuits and gravy. That's all that's asking for. It's wonderful. I don't Holland Bricks. I don't want to get into all the Star Wars stuff. That always becomes so toxic, and that's not my flavor. We'll see what happens. It's going to go. Star Wars goes away after this year for 2 years, I think, right? 2 or 3 years. 3 years. So, I mean, things are going to be very different when it comes back, I'm sure. Oh man, we've got an old school drive-in hobby man near my hometown called the Big Mo in Monetta, South Carolina, that we drove by the other day, and I made me want to go because you can see like the 2 movies, a double feature for like $10 for the whole car or something like that. I'd like to go. 2 a.m. The theater's full. CB Hunts, have a good night, my friend. Oh, you got to get that package. Whoa. Hey, Carlos. I don't know why I froze, but I came back a few minutes later. Johnny Temple Guard hot toy, yeah. Why did I buy my first hot toy? Huh. That's a good question. I've had 6 scale figures for a very long time. I won, or I don't know if one's the right word. It was like a giveaway at a convention. There's a giveaway at a convention. I don't remember what you had to do. I don't think you had to do anything. Or maybe you had to answer a question, right? There's a Dragon Con. This is probably 10 years ago, if not longer than that. Got to be 10 years ago. Got to be, at least. And I won a Sideshow 6 scale Stormtrooper. That was my first 6 scale figure. I later sold that during the selling of things. But it's probably longer than that even. 12 years maybe. And I loved it. I loved everything about it. But then when I was selling everything off to do what I needed to do to make some other moves in life. I sold it. So then my older sister, Kimberly, had some sideshow pieces like Leia and some different things. And then she got a hot toy. And I don't remember what it was. Maybe it was a Star Trek hot toy. She had something, and it was just incredible. And that was probably 4 or 5 years ago. And I saw it, and then I was like, well, I got to have that. Or something like that. And then that just begun this deepest, darkest, my head is like a shark's fin, rabbit hole into the world of hot toys, which gets very costly very quickly. I'll tell you right now, man, the price that hot toys, Marvel hot toys are going for makes you want to sell. It's hard to ignore. Let's see. Nameless 70. There's a drive-in near my house too. Drive-ins are fun. Drive-ins are fun. Josh, do you want to come visit and we can interlock fingers and we can put seats down in the back of my truck and roll the windows down and open up the roof and we can watch drive-in through there and interlock fingers? Yeah, I know you didn't, Holland. I know you didn't. It's people have strong opinions, so I just would rather not get too much into that. But yeah, I wasn't saying you meant that. Absolutely not. Yeah, let's do it. Let's go. And if we do that, Josh, we have to go through where my mom and dad live, so you can meet my parents, and mom will cook. If you want in on that, we had biscuits and cornbread the other day. Originally from Maryland, just go drive in every Saturday. Well, you wouldn't have to pay to see it. We would live stream it. Coco might get mad at us, though. I ain't trying to get put on punishment now. I'll try to stay away from punishment. Josh, you're up late, by the way. You're up late. Surprise. You're usually asleep by now. Usually when I send you nudes about 10:45, you don't reply to about 5:30 in the morning. I would love for you to be able to. They'd love to meet you. They were asking all about your how you enjoyed your birthday surprise. They had a lot of questions about if we had fun and did you like it, and they liked watching the video from your live stream. They'd love to meet you. No, you can never beat Mama Cook, and that's true, Budget Collector. I had leftovers today. It was great. Incredible CJ Collectibles. What is up? How are you? Yeah, you are up late. Because you want to be with the dub. That's how it is. That's how it is. You know, there's nothing good on TV right now. Oh, Legion came back tonight. It's on, probably just ended. I forgot about that. I like Legion. That show will just take your brain and go, Whoa! I mean, that thing is trippy. I don't want to spoil anything. I love the show. Legion is a great, great show. It's a great show. Yeah, I am doing really good. Had a good stream. I'm almost at 2 hours. Went a lot longer than I thought I would. Yeah, Umbrella Academy is good. Had a good stream. Spent some time with some friends. Good day at work. Got a lot done. Yeah, Legion just came back today. I think it's a final season too. Cream City, man, I hope you can come to Michigan or something. We're going to run into each other soon. Go to Columbus Toy Show. Go to that Columbus Toy Show if I can get to that. Yeah, Legion is great. Incredible CJ. Yeah, dab him up. Give him a little love. A little love for our boy. Josh will be here 3 weeks. We're going to have fun at Atlanta Comic Con. I'm going to tell you that. We're actually going to probably stay in downtown Atlanta the whole time. So let's see. Josh has been here twice. Once. I wonder if I can turn that light off, if it'll be easier for you. I've got all kinds of notifications. Y'all hit me up on social media? I got all kind of notifications. Can I make this light? Is that you? And then can I make it? Maybe that'll be a little better. That's actually you, isn't it? You're the one that's doing that to me. Yeah, never mind. I don't know when it is. That's a show for that Josh's area. It's in like September, October, and it's just a day, but it's awesome. Big show. Not a convention though, just a show. One day. Yeah. I mean, Cream City, if you really want to come to something that you're going to fly for, something like Atlanta Comic Con, Toylanta, a weekend because it's Friday night, Saturday, Sunday if you get the VIP. Dragon Con, of course. Trying to get Mr. Pence and Karina. I wish they both come to Dragon Con. But that's a big commitment. That's a huge commitment. That's like going to Comic Con or Celebration or something like that. So anyway, we're gonna have fun when Josh comes. We're actually gonna stay. So the first time he came for Karina's birthday, we stayed at my house the whole time. Did a lot of stuff. Then at Toylanta, we stayed at that hotel. This time we'll actually stay in downtown Atlanta in the city. So it'll be even different than either of those videos because we're staying at the Marriott Marquis, which is right in like Peachtree Center on the main. Lots of stuff going on in downtown Atlanta. Midtown Atlanta. And then the convention is in downtown, right beside like Mercedes-Benz Stadium, where the Super Bowl just was, and the basketball stadium and all that. So we'll actually be in the city with a lot going on. So it'll be a good time. Yeah, Dragon Con's big time. Yeah, I mean I'll be at Dragon Con from Wednesday to probably Tuesday, and because we do it up. I mean, if you want to know what Dragon Con's like, go watch my dub live from Dragon Con this year, or go to any of my other Dragon Con videos. I've recorded a ton of stuff at Dragon Con. Ton of stuff. Do I have all the Iron Man figures? Of what line, Nameless? The answer is no. I don't have all from any line. I have all the SH Figure Arts Iron Man figures. So if that's what you're asking about, yes. I do not have all Hot Toys. There's that guy in Asia that has them all, like including like the standard charter versions and the silly thing. I saw a silly thing in Frankenstein's. I can't believe I saw that. That's like such a rare toy. Yeah, Dragon Con's a blast. Dragon Con is not like anything you see anybody else do. It is not like Comic Con. When I'm saying it's like Comic Con, I'm talking about time commitment. Dragon Con is a party for 5 solid days, every hour of the day. Every hour of the day, there is something for you to go do the whole time. Because Dragon Con is not in a convention center. It is in the Westin downtown Atlanta, the Sheraton, the Hilton, the Hyatt Regency, and the Marriott Marquis. All 5 of those hotels, huge. The Marriott, the Hyatt, and the Westin are all like 100-story hotels. The Hilton's like 60. And entirely full of nerds going to Dragon Con. And all of the ballrooms, all of them, 5-6 floors in each hotel of ballrooms, are hosting everything under the sun. I think there's like 30 or 40 tracks. And by tracks, it means like the Tolkien track. And the Tolkien track is basically like its own convention. Because every single hour of that 5 days in those hotel rooms, Tolkien will be there. The Tolkien track will have programming. They'll have something, guests, panels, fan discussions, vlogs, live streams, games, speed dating, dance parties, raves, club, whatever. And then there'll be Star Wars track and Star Wars Trek track and comics track and YouTube track and podcasting track and all this stuff, endless. And X track is a track that of a very dear friend of ours is the director of. So like I am on panels at Dragon Con. I actually am up on stage doing stuff. My sister is up on stage doing stuff. My brother-in-law, Damien, moderates like 20 panels at Dragon Con. We are all actively involved. We throw parties. That's all the official stuff. Then you've got concerts. There's legitimate raves, all these things that are scheduled. But then because all of these people are staying in a hotel and the hotels don't close and they put up pop-up bars all over the place, you could never actually go into a formal show and still have a great time. Holland Bricks, have a good time, man. I appreciate you joining. Because the lobbies are chaos. It's the biggest cosplay convention in the country, if not the earth, I think. So you're going to go. It is, yes. So I can't even begin to tell you how many things there are to do. So Darth Lewis has said, lost entire day with the arcade console gaming last year. Like a whole massive, humongous ballroom that could seat thousands of people is just fill up with arcade games, board games, Nintendo, Super Nintendo, every console ever. And I'm talking not one. There's like 20 stations of each console. And you can just go play for free all day long. And you want to just go and play Dungeons and Dragons for 5 straight days nonstop, you can do that. There is an entire multiple rooms of art for sale. Fine art, nerd art, everything. Then there's the artist alley with hundreds of comic book artists that'll do commissions for you. 3 or 4 different floors of shopping in an expo center. It's just unlike anything. It's just unlike anything. SDCC and NYCC, they end. They close the doors at like 7 o'clock. You got to get out of the convention center. And now it's just you're in New York City or you're in San Diego. And maybe you'll run into people that are also at the show, but maybe not, because you could be staying at a hotel that's not part of the show. Here, you're always in it all the time. All the time. It is one of the most indescribable things to be a part of. You just don't walk around. It's crazy. Frank and Sons, Frank and Sons is definitely a place to hit up for any collector. Create hotels or Dragon Con or dead hotels. Now you could say anywhere in the city, but the host hotels I mentioned, they sell out right away. I am not staying in a host hotel this year. I couldn't get it. I've stayed at the Westin. Usually is what I stay at. My sister stays at the Hilton. Those are the 2 hotels I've stayed at. I'd love to stay at the Marriott because obviously I'm always in a Marriott, but you can't. It's impossible. It's like buying Funko Pop exclusives. You can't do it. You better have bots. They sell it right away. But you can get hotels in other places that are close and you can walk over. Because the whole city, the whole downtown shuts down and becomes Dragon Con. I don't even remember the name of the hotel I'm staying at. But it is one of the craziest. So this is a story. Let me tell you a story. Y'all want to hear a story? Story time with Big Dub. Any thoughts of expanding your car collecting football or baseball? I don't know. Sounds like a great vacation. It's crazy. So, story time with Big Dub. My group of friends, I have a buddy that runs a pop culture website, and he does a lot of stuff at Dragon Con. And so we throw this big party. We're not doing it this year, but most years we throw this big party. And we it's on the convention. It's a track. Oh, thank you, Incredible CJ Collectibles. I appreciate that. Yeah, I do have the super chat feature. Thank you very much. You don't have to do that. I appreciate it. And so we threw this big party. And we do all this stuff and games and silliness. If you have ever seen me post on social media, Damien doing a strip tease and me dumping water on his head, like the Irene Carrera, What a Feeling, flash dance, all that. Yeah, that happened at that. That's the kind of thing. So anyway, we throw this big party. We're done at like 2 a.m. We walk to the Waffle House because everybody has walked to the Waffle House. There's 1,000 people. And yeah, West Coast is a haul. I mean, at least Atlanta, you can get a lot of direct flights, but it's a haul. But people come from Dragon Con. It's like the one thing they do every year, especially if they cosplay. So then we have to walk our friend Jenna to her car, and she's like 10 city blocks away in an area that Jenna is if you saw my New Year's Eve video, we were hanging out a lot in that video. Jenna's a very good friend. She is not Big Dub. She would not be called Big Jenna. She would hardly be called Little Jenna. She is a petite lady, very good friend. And so Damien and I, she's like, oh, I'm just going to walk to my car by myself. I'm like, no, you're going to get took. Like, it's like 3:30 in the morning. No. So we walk her to her vehicle. And when we get there, she drives a Saturn, 2-door Saturn, with like the little tiny suicide door. I'm not youth medium. Damien's a big boy. I don't know if y'all can tell. So is David. They're all big guys. Broad shoulder. All of us are, 6'2", 6'3", and she drives a 2-door Saturn. And so now she wants to drive us back to our hotel so we don't have to walk 10 blocks back. So as we're getting into the car, Damien's trying to get in the back through the suicide door and rip. His jeans rip. Really badly. I'm talking just just boom, right at the action. Just Action Jackson hanging out situation. Rip jeans. And she, if Thanos is in here, Thanos is dead. 3 big guys. 3. If Thanos is death, his Instagram name. I was on Instagram Live during this, so some of you may have seen this. I just remember he was commenting a lot. We got stuck in the parking deck. We couldn't get out for like 45 minutes. Eventually we get out. She takes us up to our hotel. We hop out and we finally see what has happened. And it's basically, I'm talking bikini briefs is where we're at. What's up, Kiwi? And it's carried into the other leg. So he decides he's just going to rip off the legs. And Damien's he works out every day. He's put together. You don't want to mess with him. Big old boy. And he just rips off the legs and turns it into like squirts. There is no crotch. It's like a loincloth of blue jean. And here we are on Peachtree Street, just walking down the road, myself, David, and Damien in the micro mini blue jean skirt, walking toward the Westin Hotel. Just whatever. This is on Dub Life. If you watch that episode of Dub Life, I'm not even Daisy Dukes. It's a skirt. There ain't no crotch. It's gone. And so it's the last night of Dragon Con too. So we're just laughing so hard. We're walking through the hotel. People are just looking at him. We finally get to our room, and it's like 4:30 in the morning. And I'm in the bed. I'm getting in the bed. I'm tired. This is ridiculous. Damien is in the bed. This is David. David had only been to Dragon Con once and for like a day and didn't have. That's true, Clueless. There were many things on Peachtree that were weirder than us. So we didn't completely stand out, but I know people are like, what cosplay is that? Like just my man with his just sack hanging out. What cosplay is that? So we're sitting there, and I can see because his phone is lit up, right? His phone is lit up. David's over there looking at something on the Dragon Con Facebook group. And it's his first real experience at Dragon Con where he's there the whole time staying. And I tried to show him a good time. So we just did everything. Remember, Damien's got the micro mini skirt. We're at the last day of Dragon Con. They ain't no other clothes. And we hear David go, guys, there's a rave starting in 30 minutes, and this is our last night. I'm like, David, it's 4:30 in the morning. What you mean a rave is starting? OG Geek, what is up, my man? And he guilt tripped us, his sorry behind. And we get up and walk back down Peachtree Street over to the Marriott where the rave is going on. Damien in a miniskirt, just foolishness. Just foolishness. And we get to the rave. All this is on the camera. We get to the rave, and Xavier Woods from the New Day is just doing it up at the rave. He's there. His shirt's off. He's in like some type of whatever pants, whatever he was cosplaying as, just the pants. And he's got all these women around him, and he's having a good time. And this is also, you can see him on camera. It is just, and we're in micro mini skirt, and we're there till like 7 in the morning, and finally go back and go to sleep for like an hour. That's Dragon Con. Ain't none of that on. None of that's on. It's just the kind of crap that happens at Dragon Con. We never went to sleep before 5 a.m. this year. It's just the craziest. So that's story time with Big Dub. If you ever come across us, if you meet us and you see Damien, ask about the micro mini skirt. He'll have a good time. There was another thing. We found an underwear party one time. This same year, the first night, Dave and I are walking around. I'm showing him everything because he's never been. And There's in the Marriott, they have a thing called the Pulse Bar, which is their main bar on their main floor. But then they have a loft that looks down on that bar. And Dave was like, let's go up there. I've never actually been up there. I'm like, okay. So you have to wait in line to go up the stairs. We get up there, everybody in their draws. Everybody. Except us. And I'm talking, there was some big dubs up there, but there was also some 10s. Some 10s. I'll give it a 10. A 10. Up there, just draws. Draws and braziers. And I'm like, what have we? Now, this is not really on film because you ain't just going to whip it out in that situation. Jose Fuentes, is that how? I'm not sure how to pronounce it, man. I'm sorry I pronounced it wrong. What's up? Oh, hey. Oh, I'm sorry. Mike Kelly, how are you? I want to wake her up. It is good times. So we walk up there, all these cats in their draws. And everybody in front of us in line, they take off their clothes and they walk over to buddy bigger than me and shorter than me. I'm not small. I'm a big old boy. Cat daddy, big. And he is sitting in the corner of this loft, just in his boxers. And everybody, all the ladies will go sit on his lap and kiss him on his cheek and then get up and go dance. And there's a DJ up there. And I'm sitting there going, what in the world am I seeing here? I don't know what that is there. I'm just going to make that go away because I don't know what that is. That might be Beelzebub messaging. And we're just stunned. And here we are fully dressed and everybody's naked, kissing that man's ring, kissing him on his cheek, and then start dancing. And they played, I can't remember what song it was. It may have been, no, it was Superman, that hoe. They played that. And that place lost its ever-loving mind. Everybody was jumping up and down and doing all the dances. The police had to come up there and tell us we had to go because the whole thing was about to collapse on everybody below. That was about to happen. It is the Godfather. I want to know that guy. That's another. You ask David. Ask him about the man at the naked party. He's going to be like, who was that dude? And what did he do to get into that place? Because it was the Godfather. Old naked party Godfather. Well, that's enough of that. No, don't add moderator. That would be bad. DragonCon sounds like Vegas and Mardi Gras video game. Yeah, it is. So the best way to describe DragonCon that most people will describe it as is that it's like Mardi Gras. It's like nerd gras. It is everything. I mean, so the city of Atlanta had to issue a statement a couple years ago that paint does not qualify as clothing. If that tells you anything about the way some people cosplay, that you have to have more than paint on. It's an amazing thing. And then there's the DragonCon parade that happens on Saturday, which is hundreds of so I think they don't cap attendance at DragonCon. So it's hard to know how many people are there, but the estimates have gotten close to 200,000 people that will come for at least part of DragonCon. And then the parade, where there's 25, 30,000 people marching this parade and play, the whole city comes to this thing. It's always Labor Day weekend, OJ. That's my birthday. My birthday is always celebrated at DragonCon. So if I'm DragonCon, you can hang out with me for my birthday. Birthday is September 1st. Labor Day weekend is always DragonCon. And it's the Thursday through the Monday, always. But that is definitely something you've got to plan ahead for because it will sell out. Hotels, the tickets won't sell out, but the hotels will sell out. Now, if you want to just go by figures, that ain't the place to go do that. No, sir. No, sir. They'll have figures. I bought a couple Hot Toys. We had a great haul from DragonCon that year, but it's not, you ain't trying to carry around bags of Marvel Legends and all that foolishness. And yes, so it is also the opening weekend of college football season. Atlanta always hosts the Chick-fil-A Classic, which is always a thing that's like Alabama, Ohio State. It's always a game like that. So one of the other wonders of DragonCon is you have, let's say that, the University of Michigan is going to play Clemson, in the kickoff game, and you have all these people coming from Michigan who have no idea, and they get there and they're like, "Why is there 700 women in stormtrooper helmets and bikinis walking around my hotel? What's happened?" And they're just trying to go to the game. It's ludicrous. So you see their faces also, and that's just fabulous. Yep, that's right. Black Gay Pride is also there. It is, and they have their parade, I think, the same day, Clueless, or maybe the next day. It's wonderful. There is just so much good stuff going on Labor Day weekend in Atlanta. It is the weekend of all weekends. It is the weekend. CJ Collectibles got to go to bed. I need one to get to 450. One of you, bro, hit up Incredible CJ Collectibles. He just needs one for 450. OG Geek, come, man, it'll be great. But I tell you, if you want to stay, get your hotel now. Find a hotel and get it now because it's gonna be gone. It's gonna be gone. OG, triple OG. I would definitely say get a hotel. Thanks for helping them out. Yeah, it's good, man. And you go with friends. I mean, everyone's nice to you, but if you can find somebody you know, and that can be me, you can hook up with us, with my crew, because we're just gonna be walking around being silly. Dragon Con's a thing, best experience as a group. You could get easily lost by yourself. And if you go by yourself, it's so overwhelming that you could just not, unless you're really good and you don't mind and you're like, oh, I'm going to go wait in line and I'm going to meet this person, I'm going to meet that person, I'm going to do this, and then I'm going to do this. Well, you have a good time. But it can also be really overwhelming if you're like, oh, there's like 20 things that I could go do and I don't know what to do. So try to go with people you know. Yeah, cool, man. And let me know. You know what? Where I'm staying. I think it's the Aloft. Yeah, the Aloft, which is kind of probably close to where you stayed at Atlanta Comic-Con over there. It's pretty close to the Hyatt, which is a host hotel. You could walk. There's a bunch of hotels on Peachtree you can walk to. I would say look at Peachtree Center. Peachtree Center is the food court for Dragon Con. So if you look at your proximity to Peachtree Center, that's your ticket. That'll help you know where you're at. And you can do whatever you want to do, and it's going to be there. Yeah, get there one day. I would recommend everybody coming to Dragon Con. Dragon Con is different because it's the same size or bigger than like NYCC and SDCC or Celebration. But it's every interest that there is, and it's run by fans. It is not run by a corporation. So you're never going to see Robert Downey Jr. at Dragon Con, or you might when he's like 70. Like Stan Lee was just there before he died a couple years ago. Evangeline Lilly was actually there last year. Because the studios pay them and they make them go to those places on promotions. Yeah, that's the way. Roll up 15, do it up. So it's fan run. So like William Shatner will be there, people like that. But it's fan run. People are cooler. There's not as much money behind it. Now, there's been a lot of controversy with the Dragon Con founder, but that doesn't really impact the show at all, really, the show itself. Also, if you can get into a host hotel, they have 2 channels, closed circuit channels of Dragon Con TV. One of them is like, what was the channel called? Nick Classic or Nick at Night, that would show all the old TV shows. It's like Dragon Con Classic, which shows you all kind of old shows from Dragon Con, all kind of old panels. And then there's regular Dragon Con TV that is showing you, like, if you don't want to wait in line 2 hours, like David Tennant, the 10th Doctor from Doctor Who, is going to be there this year. He'll be very popular. If you don't want to wait in line to see him, which I will because Victoria wants to see him, so we'll be waiting in line, they'll just broadcast his panel on the TV. You can watch from your hotel room if you want to. That's if you're in one of the 5 host hotels. I think they may have expanded hotels that they put that in, but that's also really cool. So, you know, some of those really crazy panels you can get a chance to go to. You might not otherwise go. Oh, man, it's 11:40. I'm going to go for 10 more minutes. That'll be 2.5 hours. I went a lot longer than I anticipated, but I'm having a good time. I hope you guys are enjoying the stream, other than trying to tell us to use our brain to summon Beelzebub to something. I don't know what that was. But I'm really grateful for all of you watching. Let me know if there's anything else you'd like to talk about. I may live stream a bunch this week. I don't want to interrupt anybody else's streams. that normally streams, but I may. I'm going to try to Hawaii, like the Hawaii, the stuff with the China trade embargo, and they can't do business with the American companies. I think that's going to put them out of business if the trade war doesn't end, if that's what you're asking about. If you're asking about Aria Hawaii, the UFC, the guy that covers UFC, he's wonderful. I'm not sure what you're asking about. You're probably asking about the electronics, I think. I haven't seen if there's any recent news. Budget Collector, you're welcome. You guys like live streams a lot? I mean, it's not hard for me to do this. I mean, it eats up a bunch of time, of course, but like, especially in the summer, there's not a lot of good TV on. I don't mind to find a way to do this more often when I'm home. At least it's hard to do on the road, but if you guys like them and you want, and you would, it's worth it to you positively. You know, I'll try to do them as I have the opportunity to. It also depends on how my day at work goes, as you can all know. Like if you had a really poo-poo day at work, like I want to be on your end of it. Like Budget Collector said, thanks for live. It's what I need after a long day at work. Like I need that too sometimes, where I'm the one watching and talking, and I don't have to. I can just be butt naked, you know, doing it up, watching a live stream. You know, I ain't got to be wearing a shirt. Ugh. Oh, heard they're a big player on 5G. Yeah, they are. Well, they have the, but they can't get the. They might not be able to get the modems because the modems come from a U.S. company. It's a very interesting conversation. I need to research more and learn more about it. OG Geek, I appreciate that, man. I don't know. I just try to talk about things that I feel like I know a little bit about, or I've tried to learn about. I read a lot, not books as much as I need to. I used to try to read books a lot more. He did have SARS. That guy was like, blah, blah. And then I'm like, can I buy some toys? And he's like, blah, blah. And like, you know, like a chasm came out of his nose. He was not well. But I read and try to look at a lot of things. Did I try picking up the Master Splinter 4-pack on NECA pre-sale? So David got it for me. The days of the NECA pre-sale, I was flying back from San Diego. I was inside Frankenson, and I was working. I was on a site visit. I think that's right. It was that weekend, and like every time there was no way for me to do it. No, I wasn't in Frankenstein. It was in the morning because I was on the West Coast. So I was in LA traffic, and that was not the time to try to be refreshing a website. I would have died. So David picked it up for me, though. So Steve got one, and David got two. He got one each day so that he could have the one for me, which I'm very grateful for. Did y'all see the NECA Leatherhead and who is it? Slash that's going to be in Target in like February. Oh, I'm sure. Tropic Thunder. That makes sense. And then I think the Rocksteady Bebop will be in Target after that. And they showed off a Turtles in Time Shredder with, I don't think, much announcements. It was interesting. If NECA is going to keep putting out more and more Turtles, that presents a problem for my display. Everything does. I need a shave in the morning. I'm all scruffy. I bet you can tell. I've thought about this the last couple months. You can tell when I'm about to be on site because I go from being scruffy to clean shaven. Because I hate shaving. I don't only shave like every 3 days. And either when it gets itchy or when I have to go on site somewhere. So you can probably tell what I'm going to do in work that day based on if my face is clean or not. Thank you, Hobby Man. Oh yeah. I mean, a lot of I read a lot of history and business stuff too, man. But then it always spurs into where I think about, okay, like if I'm dealing with this in my supply chains with the vendors I need to do business with or whatever, I wonder how this is happening in the hobby too. That's kind of what triggers me to look stuff up. I was going to try for the 10-inch SpongeBob pop on Friday. I don't think I will. But I hope you get it. I like that little SpongeBob. What's it called? Funko Towns. That has the pineapple and Gary. I think that thing looks good. Most expensive comic book is probably that right there. Walking Dead 19, first appearance of Michonne. I think it's a 9.8. That's probably my most expensive comic book. I need to get a Walking Dead #1. I haven't got it yet. Got lucky. Oh, good, Carlos. That's a good set. Looks good. Yeah, you can message me that, Cream City. I'll take a look. Barber shit, yeah. Oh man, do you get the foam, the hot foam, and he's got the Fluby and all that jazz? Like at this when you getting the fade done, all that. I love that. Man, I need to find a barber like that. There's not one near me. Carlos, Mezco can take notes how to operate from fill in the blank company except for Comic Cave. Every other company on earth, Mezco could take notes from. Funko Towns, yeah. Darth Clueless. Take a shot, Darth Clueless. Have a good night, man. Thanks for hanging out for a while. Anne Marie, first Kotobukiya statue, Thor Odinson. I like Kotobukiya. I have quite a bit Kotobukiya artifacts, DC stuff primarily. I got the Justice League. I have like the Arrowverse. I have Gorilla Grodd. But I do have the Hulkbuster Hulk Age of Ultron Kotobukiya, and I have an Iron Man like I think 43, maybe Age of Ultron. I like them very much. Yeah, I save it, Zamba man. I will as soon as I finish here in a little bit, I'll save it, make sure thumbnails on it, whatever. And all my live streams I stick in a playlist. I don't take them off. They can the reason like Josh takes them off is they mess up your algorithm. Like they confuse the YouTube algorithm, is at least the way we understand it. And so it can really impact his subscribers getting his feed, is the way I understand it. But he has so many more subscribers than me that has an impact. I don't think it would. I don't think it. I mean, most of you guys like are paying like know when I'm going to post a video because it's coming Sunday at noon. So like the algorithm is not a big deal for me. Even if I was trying to chase it, it wouldn't be a big deal because you know when I'm going to make a video. So that's sometimes why people take them down, or they get demonetized if you play music or things like that, which is fine. Like some people want to do that, but I think that also you could get like strikes. I think I don't know. So, but I'll leave it up definitely. I do not think China will retaliate against Apple because Apple Products Manager. Yeah, I don't think they will. But that would be an interesting step. That would be a thing. Man, OG Geek, that's the way. I love a barber. When I lived in Birmingham, Alabama, I had that barber every week. It was great. Yeah, I have Iron Studios Hulkbuster Budget Collector. I have every Iron Studios Battle Diorama series from the MCU. So I think the first one was the Guardians of the Galaxy. I finally completed that set. If you saw, I got the obelisk mouth recently. I need the Nebula, though. That never went for pre-order on Big Bad. And I missed it, and I was sold out. And I'm like, oh, come on. So I need the Nebula Iron Studios. It's already out. I got the Ronin today. I haven't opened it yet from Endgame, but I got to find that. Good night, Mike. Have a good night, man. Yeah, Marie, yeah, if you want to. I appreciate it. We had a good time. We had a bunch of people throughout. We're up over 70. I know Jetta was in here for a while, and Josh and Cody. Lots of people. Kent. It's been a good time. If you want to see all their interactions, but I'm having a great time talking to all of you. Dub Life is the best. We watched since the beginning. I appreciate that about Games Daily. And I tell you what, if all you've watched, you or anyone, is when I started calling it Dub Life, there's actually some hunt videos or whatever I name it that you'll really enjoy. But the one you will especially enjoy is where I think I just call it I Lost My Drone or something like that. And that is a Dub Life episode with Seductive Steve and I from 4th of July last year, where I almost lose my drone. I crash it. I lose control of it, and I crash it into a tree. And it is us trying to get it down from a tree. And it is one of the best things I think I've ever made. It is hilarious. I would recommend you watch it if you want a pre-Dub Life. It's like 30 minutes, but it is very much a Dub Life episode before I was formally calling it that. My Walgreens has the McFarlane Captain Kirk. Oh, cool. Nice. Yeah. Those look good, the McFarlane Star Trek. Yeah, man, that obelisk is impossible to find. It's impossible to find. Like when that thing popped up at eBay and it had best offer, and I negotiated for a while, and I bought it. Like because you cannot find that thing. Hulkbuster is awesome, budget collector. I think it's better than any other version of that Hulkbuster that's come out. That statue is incredible. If I live stream again and you're on, it's not so late, and it's like a lot earlier in the day, tell me and I'll go get it. I'll bring it here. I don't want to do it at night, but I'll do it. Zamba Man, I appreciate it. Amory, I can highly recommend Iron Studios. They are budget friendly. You know, the regular characters are usually like $80, $90, and they look fantastic. They look absolutely fantastic. And the more you get, they all go together. They look great. Cream City, what hot toys do I have pre-order coming soon? Let me pull it up and show you or tell you. Pre-order. So the Wakandan throne is in the UPS right now. It should be here tomorrow, day after. Joel, have a good night, man. Thank you very much for joining. Trop of Thunder. Yeah, I mean, I know folks miss it. It's a lot to make a video every day. But I'm gonna try to do better. Yeah, I appreciate you understand. Have a good night, budget collector. Let's see. So I got Flash should be coming soon. That quarter scale Iron Man gauntlet has been released. That's coming soon. I've got the PS4 Spider-Man should be coming soon. The Iron Man Mark 50 accessories pack. Those 4 are all released. They just haven't shipped yet in America. Then after that, I did pre-order the Scarlet Spider, which is like the SDCC. Regular Justice League Batman, Justice League Superman are really, really late. They should be soon. Then you get into like Bucky and Killmonger and Shuri should be the next ones that come out. I have all of that pre-ordered. I have a lot pre-ordered. I have way too many. That's what I have. All right. This is 8 minutes. It'll be midnight Eastern. That is what I'm ending. I'll go for 8 more minutes. Oh yeah, dude. If you want to get a picture about Games Daily, if you want to get a picture with us at Comic-Con, just come up, and you don't have to just get a picture and run away. Hang out with us, walk around with us. We're just regular people, and just walk around, have a good time. And if we're doing something you don't want to do, go do what you want to do. But don't feel like you can't talk to us. We like that. We like it when people come up and hang out. Well, I'm going to watch Toy Story. Just haven't seen it yet, but I will watch it. Try making 2 videos a week. Couldn't imagine every day. Yeah, OG Geek, man. I put out a video every day for, I think it ended up being 113 straight days. I think it was 113 straight days. That somebody in the chat may know. So, but I made, in that period of time, there were 85 daily dubs. And then there were like, it was over the course of, I think, 3 months, almost 3 months. So there were like 12 dub lives and 12 dub life trailers, something like that. But it was a lot. So it's that's where the daily dubs came from. They're one after the other, and I did that. I was going to just try to do it for a month, and then I thought I would try to get to 100 days. And they're just quick. I do them on my iPad. I edit them on my iPad. I post them real quick. And for a while, it wasn't hard because every video there'd be like 5 more good topics that people would leave in the comments. But then it started to slow down because you talk about a lot of stuff. And I was doing Meet the Dubs, where you have all my friends and parents, and then like you met everybody that wanted to do it. I mean, I'm not gonna, people's spouses and people that may not be comfortable get on camera. So I didn't do that. But it was a lot. And so I haven't done that in a couple of months. But I'm gonna get back, not every day, but more often. Man, Tropic Thunder, I've thought about selling the Hot Toys. I just don't sell. But man, the market on the Marvel stuff is crazy. I mean, like the Iron Man Mark 47 approaches $2,000 right now. It's hard to ignore. Every day I'm thinking about that. I really am. About Games Daily, I want to get Turtles comic cells signed by the Turtles voice actors. That's what I want to do. Man, I'm at the Cal Ripken YouTube. Casey Neistat did a daily vlog for what? I don't know, 2 years? Something like that. And his stuff is much higher editing level than mine. These I didn't really have to edit. But yeah, that was this year. I mean, it's not that long ago that I did every day. I mean, I did a daily dub today. I'm gonna do one tomorrow. You'll have a daily video for me this week, unless something unforeseen happens. I already have the topics because I still had some questions that I hadn't answered. So you'll get one every day this week. It's easier when I'm home. It's easier at home because I can do it on my lunch break and just get it done real quick. And I'd rather be like 5 to 7 minutes, like quick topics, but sometimes I meander. As you all know, I ramble. I want all the Iron Studios. Yeah, Brad, those Iron Studios D&D animated look great, my friend. They look great. I can't collect all the things. Have I thought about doing more reviews? Yes. If I said I haven't thought about it, I'd be lying. But there are so many good reviewers that are already there and that are already going to get pay extra to get the figure early or have a hookup to get it early or whatever. And so, like I had the Iron Man Mark 85 the same day that like The Amazing had it. And he had his review up in a couple hours. I probably could have beat him. But that's not why I do YouTube. Plus, I like The Amazing's reviews. I want to watch him do the review. But I've thought about it. I did some reviews early on when I first started doing YouTube. I don't have a good light box set up for it. If I do it, it won't be the same things that everybody else is reviewing. You don't need another person reviewing Marvel Legends. You just don't. But I do collect some odd stuff. The reason I thought about doing it is the Iron Studio statues because enough people are not into those like they should be. So I'm considering it, but me creating more content is a little silly because I'm creating hours every week. That's a lot. I'm doing more than I'm like doing what wrestling does. Meet the Dub videos. Everybody loved the Meet the Dub videos. I appreciate that. It was really nice. Those are good memories to have too with my friends and family. Style that I enjoy. A challenge live stream where we get to suggest crazy stuff that you and your pals to do. That could happen. But challenges aren't free. And I'm not telling you you'd have to donate, but all these things you see people do, money coming out of my pocket. Yeah, 3 waves of Marvel Legends that one weekend. That one sheet, you got to pay for the challenges. So we can do that. But if we're going to be firing challenges left and right, somebody other than me got to be paying. I'll be broke. But yeah, we may do a challenge. That's a good idea, Tank. We may do something like that. Figure something out. David's got to defend the twerking T-Rex that he won at Royal Rumble. I think he's going to try to do it in lightsaber VR because he's been practicing that. Prefer smaller channels to give reviews. Yeah, I understand that. I just like the people I like watching reviews is because they actually show me the things I need to know to make the review. So that's kind of the way that I do that. Oh, and nobody will do it for bragging rights. People won't do it. Say, oh, I want you to drink a shot of hot sauce for bragging rights. And every person in my business will be like, you can have that. I'll bragging rights that I didn't drink it because I don't want to have diarrhea. Me too. Avoid diarrhea. We'll figure something out. I think that's a good idea. Oh, I appreciate that, Carlos. So, folks, it is just about midnight Eastern Coast time. I'm really glad that I did this. I wasn't sure if I was going to live stream this week at all, but I wanted to hop on tonight, especially after Josh's video. I will encourage you watch my daily dub today if you haven't, and because I really want folks to go be positive to the people that you enjoy. And watch Josh's video and give him some love because he's just burnt out right now and needs to spend some more time with his family and other things. So show some positivity. I really appreciate you all joining. I had a good time. I may do it again this week. Let me know. Leave a comment on my Instagram post, one of my pictures or something, somewhere, my Facebook, whatever. If you'd like to see some more live streams this week, I may try to do it. So I appreciate all of you. I'm going to go to bed, and all of you have a good night. As always, give us a squeeze and a rub it, a touch it, a feel it, and put it in the mouth.